You have to be only on Zoom if you want to see everyone. If you want to scroll Facebook, then you won't see us full screen.
Yeah. Okay.
Marija, gavai jaunutės šitą?
Jo, viskas.
Matai, maždaug tą pas nežiūrėjau.
Jo, viskas gerai.
Noriu jungtis žmonės į chatą.
Wait a second. Dainius, ar išeina streamint?
Jo, išeina jam.
O dar
Okay.
dėl tų klausimų kažką noriu paklausti. Tu pasakysi, kad jie gali užduoti klausimus, ar jie tiesiog prezentacijos metu kelia rankytės ir man tiesiog rašyta, ne?
Tu sakysi, nerašysi. Nu, tarsi, užrašysi, kad jie on speakers list.
Taip, bet po prezentacijos?
Po prezentacijos. Aš sakysiu, okay, Agne, your turn is to present. 7 minutės išeis, aš sakysiu, Agne, your time is over, it's 7 minutes, that's all. And now members have 3 minutes. Raise your hands. You have 3 minutes to ask questions. Kažkas kelia turn, you raised first. Okay, Danielius, you second because you raised your hand now.
Bet čia greitai reikia rašinėti ranką, taip greitai dingsta.
Na, taip, kad tu pakelk ranką ir tu nenuleisi.
Arba per video tada tiesiog tai pakelk. Jeigu pasakysim, neišeina.
Išeigos.
Jeigu neišeina, blemba, kaip čia padaryti per visą ekraną, man irgi neišeina. Jeigu neišeis tą rankytę, reactions padaryti, tiesiog pasakysim, kad ranką kelk.
Okay, viso, baigėt šnekėti.
Viso, galim priimti.
Okay.
Nebent turit klausimų dar, arba šiaip kažką pasitiksim.
Aš tada šeisiu į Messenger.
Jo, viską Hebra į Messengerį rašykit, jeigu ką.
O ten dėl pradžios registracijos. Ką tu ten sakai?
Dėl pradžios ką?
Pačio pradžioje kažką dėl registracijos.
Ai, tai Gvidai keliasi gerai. Registracija. Visi užsiregistruoja.
Šitą
Dabar jau?
Guys, like, when we, like, this, like, scrutinizers elections, I think it's, like, in the first part, like, opening word by president, in this?
No, rules of the elections.
Rules, okay.
Rules of the elections, there will be 3 votings of the scrutinizer, of the agent, and of the managers, whatever. And yes, so
okay,
that's when you count. And yeah, okay. Do you think this link will be seen after people join?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hola.
See who is that who joined? Gabriel. Nice.
Tai tu streaminsi nuo 3 kažkur, jo? Dainiau.
Hello.
Atsimūtink, Dainiau.
Pala, o bus per YouTube ir tu YouTube linką numes į eventą? Okay. Okay, nice.
We have to register already, right?
Yes, people who already joined, you can register if you see the link, participation form. Okay.
Gali dar kartą pamojuoti rankelę? Kas nors?
To.
Visi? O tai Gabrielė. Kas tai daro? Kęstutė irgi.
Kodėl man nerodo?
Jesus Christ, vos neišėjau iš pokalbio.
Karočią aš...
Okay, it's.
Should we start?
Oh,
No, we still have 10 minutes, so it's for registration now.
sorry. Yeah.
What happened?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's because never mind.
Okay, I'm muting all of you.
Yes,
No, we
please.
can do it
Good
ourselves.
Faisal.
Oh, Patrick here.
Oh, hello,
Patrick!
Patrick!
Hello.
Oh
Hello,
fuck!
hello.
This meeting will end in 10 minutes. You can. Ah!
Patrick! Hello!
He still
No.
connect. Hi, Simons.
Okay, you will have to connect again, all of you, 10 minutes later.
Why don't you just...
Patrick! Patrick!
What up?
Patrick, why didn't you apply for any position?
I'm sorry. You know I would have if I could.
Utko,
Yep.
you told you HK's meeting is ending in 10 minutes.
Yeah, I think because like I was talking with Charles and like when we were having this like workshop.
I think that a thingy that it depends of how many people are coming to the meeting. If there is more than 10, I think, 10, the meeting will end in 14 minutes.
Well, if you want me to try, we can try, but like I'm not sure because like as I remember while I was talking, like after 20 minutes or something like that, it sent me a notification that I have premium or something like that. Blah blah blah.
Okay, we can try though.
Okay, I'm gonna check it. Well.
Right.
Please, guys, mute yourself.
Once again, people, register at the link, because if you won't register, you won't vote. So it's really, really important. For the candidates, you also have to register if you want to vote. I put it on the Zoom chat, you can see there. And as we're having a small problem, I think we will try to join in another Zoom. So we will start at 3 o'clock, 10 minutes. Until then, it's just registration. Okay, I'll share my screen so you guys see what I see, okay? Do you guys see my screen?
Yes, we see it.
Okay, so how you do it?
Yeah.
You probably see this on Chrome. So if you click here, or like moved your mouse, here should be the mic, the video, and here will be the sign to share your screen. It's for the candidate. And I think maybe somewhere in the settings here, or at the top here in the settings, or here, a button, will allow you to share your video or mic.
Face goons. What? Basil!
Come on, Mike.
Yes, I wish I could. Our president is having problem connecting. Just 5 more minutes, no more, and we'll start. I'll start with my part then, till our president is connecting.
Don't forget you're still sharing your screen.
Oh yes, right.
I just want to say that it's really awkward, all this situation.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's casual. It's VGTU. I mean, because we were doing Zoom meetings before, and it was 1 hour, 2 hours, and even more, and there was no problem like this. But suddenly Zoom decided to make it only 40 minutes. So I think maybe it's related to the number of people.
No, it's related to if you have to pay. So professors who are paying in Zoom can have their meeting as long as they want.
Maybe you are using the wrong account.
For Zoom, what matters is that at least one person who creates meeting should have it, and if Kestuti doesn't have it, well, we have restrictions.
But that's the problem. Kestuti was doing meetings, and it was more than 40 minutes, and it was no problem.
In this case, I guess I don't.
Maybe she was using the VGTU email to log on to Zoom or something.
Okay, so in 3 minutes I will start, then with my part, and our president will join later then. Thank you guys for waiting. I'm sorry for this. It's not up to us.
No problem.
Hello.
Oh, Jesus
Christ.
Oops.
Nice. Okay.
Okay,
Okay,
can you hear
our
me
president
now?
is here. We can start, guys. So once
Maybe
again,
not.
hello everyone.
Wait.
Hello everyone. I would like to turn off your mic, your video if
But
you
it's
want.
okay. Wait a minute. Just a second.
Yes, yes. So as Guidas posted, and if you could Guidas post again, please, for the participation form. If you do not register on participation form, you will not be able to vote. Remember that. Okay, KK, are you ready?
No. Wait. I'm trying to figure out how to share my screen.
It's at the bottom right. At the bottom right.
Keisti išdėstymą, įsijungti ką? There is not. Ah, I found it.
Okay, so we can start.
Arbane.
I put on the board.
I
chat.
found it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So hello everyone once again, and we are starting. I hope all of you already registered with us, put on the registration form, and I'll ask KK with the opening word.
Okay. Hello guys. The sun is shining, so please, I'm gonna look like this, but it's okay. I think what I'm gonna say is good luck, everyone. It's okay if you won't be elected. Everyone has that first time or the second time, it doesn't matter. Even though if you won't be elected, it's okay. World doesn't end, and I wish you all the best luck. Do your best. Present yourself as much as better as you can, and yeah, good luck.
Okay, thank you. So as you know, elections is going right now. We're electing board for the next. The current board is still working and will be working till the 1st of July. So the new board will be elected right now, but it will start to work from the 1st of July. And right now, I would like to show you board election rules. How is everything going to happen? So I'm sharing my screen, and I hope all of you can see it. Can you see it, guys?
Yeah.
Yes, great. Okay, so VGTU board elections. Rules of the elections. So first of all, your rights. So everyone has a right to speak, right to vote, only section members, and we'll check that, guys, so do not try to cheat. The right to propose, ESN VGTU members, and please keep your mic muted until you're allowed to speak. We'll talk about that later, which is the speakers list. Before speaking, we tried to do it on Zoom, but as you know, it's not really working right now. So instead of raising your hand in Zoom, please raise your hand here on the Google Meet. So Gabriela could see you and write you on the speakers list, or write in the chat that you have a question, okay? So before speaking, think of a questions, comments that are relevant. And as I told, instead of that, please raise your hand until Gabriela mentions your name in the comments that you are on the speakers list. And yes, after Gabriela tells you that you can talk, then only you can talk. Speak only when it's your turn. For speaking, state your name and section. You have 2 questions per time. Be short and precise. Do not repeat what has been already said. And most importantly, try to be polite with the questions. Code of conduct. ESN is committed to equality and opportunity for everyone. Ensure that no individual is discriminated against during our delivery activities, events, or elections. So in case of witnessing any experience of any kind of bullying, degradation, harassment, verbal, non-verbal discrimination, please contact sharing team or board. And now we'd like to do the quorum check. Do you approve Daniela Solasevich and Gabriela Grigaita as the chairing team of ESN VGTU spring elections? So I would ask you, please, guys, in the comments, please write yes, no, or abstain. And I will write down how many people voted, and we can check out. So you have 1 minute, guys, to vote yes, no, or abstain. I give you 1 minute to write. I'll just check if you have any questions. Okay, so I think everyone has voted. Now we have the second question. Do you approve Willis as the scrutinizer of ESN VGTU Spring Elections 2020? Sorry, I'll just put the question here. And scrutinizer is a person being the votes of board elections. So Willis will be counting the votes. Please write yes, no, or abstain.
Dar kartą paskui paminėk, kad jeigu klaus kokio klausimo, tegul rašo į chatą, aš užsirašysiu, kas klausys, paskui pasakysiu.
Okay, time is out. Secretary, we have the results, yeah?
Yeah, all good.
Oh, good.
So,
okay, we can continue then. Everyone mostly voted yes. And the last question, do you approve the agenda of ESN VGTU Spring Elections? It was posted on members group. So once again, yes, no, abstain. I'll put the question again here. All right, time is out. Is everything okay, Maria?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, everyone mostly voted yes. We can move next to the voting rules of board election. So only the members present on this election event are able to vote. Voting will be secret. We'll do it on Google Forms. Voting time, you'll have 15 minutes at the end of our elections. Cheating is forbidden. There cannot be more votes than people during this elections event. So if there is, how many people? There is 39 people, so there cannot be more than 38 votes because Guidas is not voting. So if we see that there is more than 38 votes, we'll just make it not secret voting anymore. And decisions are made unless otherwise stated by absolute majority. And here are the voting results. How are they gonna be like? So if there is one candidate, he or she must reach at least 50% plus one person votes to be elected as a board member. If there are two or more candidates, the most voted person must reach at least 50% votes to be elected as a board member. That means if there's 40 of us, for example, and a person will be elected if he reaches at least 21 votes out of 40. And same for if there are more candidates, more votes, none of the above, then for the person, he is not elected. Any questions, guys? Because that's all. I'll the chat. If you have a question, please write it down. A tie, if it's a tie, you are not elected because as it's mentioned, you have to reach 50% plus one person votes. That means out of 40, for example, there must be 21 votes. No more questions? If there are no more questions, then I am shutting down my screen and I would like to invite Kestuta again to present our ESN VGTU 1 year report.
Okay, can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. 1 second. Can you see it?
Yes, we can.
You can see it. Okay, so the most important the longest and very boring presentation about our whole year report. So I did this at almost 1 a.m., but it's okay. So I'm a president, KK, as you know. My mandate is from last year till this year semester, this spring. So what I was doing, helping organizing members trainings, board trainings, orientation, coordination, filling section questionnaires. You have no actual idea what is this, but it's a very long process. Sharing important information between members and board members, autumn and spring semester reports for ESN, communicated with bus companies, for example, the ones you were going to member trainings or whatever, you had to go with buses, which I ordered. Communicated with time travels, ordered ESN cars, time travel flyer, AG's cars for this and last semester. Tried to organize a project for students during quarantine. Then organized a workshop, Women Empowerment, with Lina Kvizikevičiūtė. Helped organizing ESN VGTU 10th birthday. Helped organizing members awards. Helped organizing member trainings. Helped organizing goodbye dinner. Had calls with presidents, board, IRO. I don't even know how many times in each. Made the last decisions, talking with my board or presidents about events, deadlines, and a bunch of other things. Was a host in both welcome parties, pub quiz in autumn semester. Made maybe 15 presentations for some events we had through this. Made reports and presentations for both orientation weeks. Went to IKEA with Danielis and Monica and bought all the stuff for our now beautiful office and like the ones who will work there. And of course, participation and representation level, I was meeting with IRO, board meetings, ESN VGTU committees, ESN VGTU members. National level, I was attending some national platforms, participated in every ESN Lithuania president's meetings, participated in all ESN VGTU events, welcome part, cultural evenings, and so on. A lot of things. Then we have Vice President Danielius Aliashevičius. It is just like mines. So activities, organized events such as trip to Trakai last semester, organized freshman celebration, organized member trainings, distributed work for all of the volunteers of orientation week, gathered all the new members to one group and distributed them to their committees, created a schedule for ESN office. Also participated in also in meetings with IRO, board meetings, orientation week, welcome party, Lithuanian cultural evening, freshman celebration, pub crawl, summer evenings, and so on. Helped to gather volunteers, spread the work for orientation week, gathers members, separated them into committees, and helped to write scenario, prepared some tasks, games for member trainings, helped to gather volunteers who could be regularly in office, gathered and corrected the ESN VGTU Board 2020 spring semester reports. Then we have communication manager, Ashwin. Mandate is just like ours. And we have Dainius Kunkis, mandate just like ours. We were working a lot this semester and last semester. It's like a bunch of things, and I won't read everything. You can just take a look. This one was from the last semester. Later on, I will show you from this semester. Okay. Posted, created a lot of things, posts, photos, PDF files, and so on. Then this year, this is the just numbers of how many people reached our post and how many followers we got and so on. So big numbers. And maybe because of quarantine, we didn't get that much numbers, followers, views, and everything. But it's okay, still have a lot. Then let's talk about Danis, about his works and what he was doing. So Danis was taking pictures during quarantine week, spring semester, made covers on contests, program, etc. Was making meetings with his committee, was making a video, Erasmus talking in Lithuanian, posted about Lithuanian history and events, made Photoshop lessons, made COVID-19 posts, tried to have a Discord for ESN esports games, was helping with making online rated posts, photos, and a video for elections, made Instagram posts, bingo, and 30 days challenge. Also, Ashwin was making required material posts for mentors trainings, making promotions in groups, making necessary edits and if required. Had to make descriptions and also photographed the orientation week's event, a Lithuanian cultural evening, welcome party, freshman celebration, professional dinner, cultural evening, rapid friending Valentine's edition, billiards evening, cultural evening, day with mentor, trip to Trakai, Sky Park, trip to Levy, night crawl, animal shelter, a visit to KGB museum, Erasmus in schools, women empowerment, trip to presidential place, jogging, trip to Vasatoka, trip to Sariselka, bowling, trip to Russia, healthy quarantine, board elections. So all these things he was making posts, and in some events he was taking pictures. Also, Facebook, Instagram statistics. This was from the last year, from the last semester, so autumn semester. So 123 followers on Facebook in one semester, don't forget, in autumn. Gained 141 page likes on Instagram. On Facebook was 138. The highest was 5,491. Most likes of the OV, 87 likes total. Pub crawl is the most reached post. This amount of accounts total on Instagram, views in 15 days worth of stories, and an average of 386 views per story. Most clicked posts, pictures from OV with over 1K, which is a lot. And this is Danis' participation in 2 board meetings, had 1 meeting with his committee. It was from excursion of Linkmenų Fabrikas with PR committee, and participated in introduction day OV, participated in first cultural evening, promoted ESN VGTU events. Let's go to Gvidas, IT coordinator. Activities. Managed the ESN VGTU website. Gvidas was updating and adding new content to the website, regularly supervised the work of the website, organized the parliament and the presidency, promoter for the pubs, cooperated with the PR, uploaded pictures to the ESN webpage, communicated with the national IT coordinator, helped organizing and was assisting in orientation week, organized trip to Trakai, also participated in more than 2 board meetings, volunteered during orientation week, ESN VGTU welcome party, pub crawl evenings, international dinner, pub quiz. Let's go to Utku. Helping organizing Halloween party, trolley night tour, goodbye dinner, organized volleyball tournaments, Sky Park events, had sports and well-being committee meetings, made responsible party trainings, created 30 days mental health challenge, Instagram, which is on Instagram still, physical and mental challenge, participated and collaborated with ESN Lithuania with mental health workshop during quarantine, also partnerships coordinator Guosta. She got escape room tickets, promo arena tickets, was a host of Halloween, ordered merch, made our beautiful and amazing avocado, was a group leader in Sariselka trip, got ice disco tickets with making fairy tale with Maria, ordered new merch for spring semester, so you won't need to order it again. Ordered food for orientation week, and found prizes for online events. Next is our beautiful Monica. She was started to organize the Halloween party, collaborating with 3 more ESN sections in Vilnius, actively helped with social projects, committees, events, started communicating with ESN sections in Kaunas for collaborations, organized welcome party, pub quiz, billiards evening. Also participated in 5 board meetings. I think there will be more than 5. Had 2 meetings with events committee members, partially did partnership work, promoted ESN VGTU events, introduction day of OV, board meetings, all cultural evenings, welcome party, trip to Trakai as a group leader, pub quiz, international dinner, pub crawl, for also member trainings. And of course, as she was working her ass off, make our ESN office beautiful, because if not her, I think we would destroy that office. So thank you, Monica, once again. Social Projects Committee, Maria. Her started to work with preschool children, kindergarten, Miško Maudynės and Panevėžys. One Erasmus student participated in the country, culture and language to those children, officially joined Erasmus in schools projects, and registered as a member and participant of ESN Lithuania, participated in sensu hiking in Karsakiškės, organized by Miško Istorija in cooperation with Miško Maudynės, organized a visit to KGB Museum, promoted the ESN VGTU events and with its collaborations. Also organized Lithuanian cultural evenings, international dinners, all cultural evenings, as I said. Because of this quarantine, this semester we had only 2 cultural evenings, but it's okay. Rapid Friend Night came up with idea of doing ESN VGTU bingo on Instagram, and Instagram photo contest memories, arranged kayaking with ESN VGTU, Una Park with ESN VGTU, and upcoming camping with ESN VGTU. You will know about it more later. Participation and representation, participated in more than 5 board meetings, had 3 meetings with local social projects committee members. It was from the last semester, so she had a little bit more of me. Participated in CRL 14, also participated in national platform as a local board member for introduction day of OV, welcome parties, trip to Trakai as a group leader, pub quiz, pub crawl, mentors, train, so on. So many things I didn't even know mention, but she did a lot, as everyone. Finance and marketing manager. She helped to organize member trainings, found a partner for members trainings, was planned a trip together with our partner, was working with the documents such as contracts, estimates, surveys, helped organizing and participating welcome party in orientation week, was one of the leading persons during night crawl event. Also participated in more TV meetings, participated in ESN Lithuania national platform, welcome party, Lithuanian cultural evening, member trainings, all the cultural evenings, and international dinner. Mentor manager, Gabriela, our beautiful girl with blonde hair. Assignment mentor, created online form, feedback about mentors, organized freshman celebration, organized members trainings, helped to organizing orientation week on spring semester, was helping with city guide tour, freshman celebration, member trainings. Also welcome party, participated in more than 4 board meetings, Lithuanian cultural evening, freshman celebration, pub quiz, pub crawl, cultural evenings, animal shelters, international dinner. And that's it. If you have any kind of questions, you are allowed to ask me or, yeah.
All right, so once again, if you have any questions about what we did during this year, write in the chat. Give you 20 seconds. If there are no questions, we will continue. Simonas asks, rate semester from 1 to...
I should rate the whole semester? This semester or last semester should I rate, or the whole year?
This semester, of course.
This semester, from 1 to 10.
Through the quarantine part, of course.
-10, because I personally, as a president, I had a bunch of plans and things I wanted to do this semester, which I couldn't do the last semester. But unfortunately, of this quarantine shit, I'm sitting at home and just crying my eyes out because I can't do shit. I can't do anything, only order everyone and everything and just trying to be motivated and happy. So yeah, -.
All right. I don't see any more questions, so thank you for the questions, Simonas. We are moving next. So what's going to be next? Just a quick explanation. Now we'll have 13 for the positions, and the voting will be only at the end after everyone's presentations. And once again, for the candidates, you have 7 minutes for the presentation. After the presentation, if you're talking more than 7 minutes, I'll write in the chat so that you're extending the time. And then I'll say that, okay, members, now we have 3 questions to ask questions to the candidates. So we'll start with our lovely Agne Kwiatkowskaite, the candidate for social projects manager. So Agne, if you're here, we'd like you to open the microphone, camera, and if you have presentation, you can share the presentation.
Okay.
Just to mention, when you start speaking, I'll start to count 7 minutes.
Okay. See everything?
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, so hello everyone. I'll start by introducing myself. So my name is Agne Kwiatkowskaite.
Yeah.
I'm studying bioengineering first year bachelor degrees, and I joined the ESN VGTU on fall 2019, and currently am a member of social project committee. So in my opinion, my greatest strength is the sense of responsibility. I never leave undone and always keep my promises and never take job that I feel I won't accomplish in time. And also I think it's important for to have good communication and teamwork for a manager of a committee. I'm not afraid to talk to people, solve different problems, and talk and discuss different ideas. And I think it's important to share willingly and openly, flexible. And also, I think it's important for a good manager to have good time management skills, because ultimately leads to completing task in time and doing key goals. So my experience in school, I was an active student council member and helped to create such events like visits to foster movie nights. Also volunteered in organizations such as Vilnius City Opera and Vilnius Marathon, and experience in ESN VGTU. So I participated in almost all the social committee events, but the first event that I experienced creating was the international visit to the youth center in Žalianamis. I helped with organizing and realizing the event, and that gave me a clear view how events should be executed and how it look in the end. So my vision. I think my plans for the events that should be in this year. So of course, firstly, the events that already became classics. So Erasmus in schools and Fairy Tale. Erasmus' aim is to involve international students with the local schools where they can share their experience, also share the cultural differences and country differences, and also there would be building exercises and promoting ESN Erasmus program. And Erasmus Fairy Tale is one of the most magical that ESN VGTU has implemented. The project gives international students the ability to show their talent, theater, music, and also they have an opportunity to learn a bit of Lithuanian language and make the day of children in the hospital better. Then, secondly, the events accomplished in the spring semester because of the world situation. So, sign language workshop purpose would be to raise sense of empathy for the hearing impaired and to raise awareness. And activities would include basic shown by sign language instructors, and also the students would learn sign language by playing small, easy games. Then visiting an elderly in the nursing homes, that would show awareness for the elderly, and also the students would walk with them, talk with them, with the elderly, and make a small performance together. I think that would make the elderly day much better, and they would forgotten. And lastly, Erasmus in Forest, the purpose would be to make people think and do more about the well-being of their environment, because I think in today's world it's very important. And activities would include litter picking and tree planting. And lastly, in my opinion, there should be more charity-like events. For example, Social Inclusion Day, a 2-week initiative that provides international students and local community the opportunity to get to know each other better and share different ideas, different views, and maybe even meet people that you have something in common. Also, they can contribute and also learn how they could contribute to the improvement of our society. And one of the activities could be the visit could be a charity gift campaign for the children that live in homes, and also a visit to the foster home where students would talk with kids, or maybe even make a small play the kids' day a little bit better. And also we would give the gifts that were donated to the kids at the foster home. So I think that's it. And although I'm still quite new to all ESN work and university life, I think it's a great challenge, and I take it.
All right, thank you very much for presentation. Now, guys, if you have any questions, please write your name in the chat, not the question, but the name. And Gabriela will say who is asking a question. We have 3 minutes for that. Okay, I think Gabriela has some problems, so I think The first one was Kestuta. Okay, go.
Okay, imagine you are doing, let's take fairy tale event. Who you gonna contact first?
The hospital, if they can take us in, and what time they could take. Then the students who could participate there.
Okay. You.
All right, the next one is Emin.
Hi, great presentation, by the way. Really nice seeing your ideas that you had. I have a few questions about the visiting the foster homes and the elderly home. A lot of the students that come for Erasmus, they don't really know Lithuanian, and from experience, a lot of people here, other than the youth, I guess, don't really know how to speak English. How would you tackle the hurdle of communication?
So the foster homes wouldn't be, because all the youth in Lithuania, even those who live in foster homes, know English. And with the elderly, we would take some Lithuanian students, a part of ESN, and they could be like translators and help communicating with the elderly.
All right, nice.
All right, so next one is Guesta.
Hey, I wanted to ask what kind of events could you make to promote our environmental sustainability more?
I don't know. Maybe we could do some workshops, maybe, or something like that. And I think that some workshops, maybe some event that would take longer than one day to for them to sustainable choices in the future.
Okay, thank you. And the last question, because we have one more time, Milda.
Okay, so can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so the last question would be the easiest one, I think. Can you tell us your main minuses of your personality?
Sometimes maybe I'm not as. Sometimes I don't believe in myself enough, but then after some time I open things and I feel great, and I think that's one of the main minuses. And maybe I'm not the best at I'm at presenting things, so maybe that would be the minuses. It's harder. I need more time to prepare with presentations and public speaking.
All right, so I'm sorry, Martika, we have no time because there are a lot of candidates. So just guys, we'll try to make the order who first wrote their name. That's the person will be first asking. Okay, so thank you very much, Agne, of your screen. And we'll move to the other candidate for the Finance and Marketing Manager, Gabia Katkowskaite. Hello. We cannot hear you yet.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
And we can see.
I was talking to myself. Can you see my screen now? My presentation?
Not yet.
And now?
Yes, now we can.
Okay. So hello, everybody. My name is Gabia Katkowskaite. I'm a candidate for Finance and Marketing Manager. So a little about me, finance engineering. I'm in my third year currently, and I should graduate in 2021. I have been a part of 2 Erasmus programs, and I'm currently working in accounting. So experience in ESN has been quite new for me. I only started in this semester in the winter. Why I joined ESN is because after coming back from my Erasmus, I felt like this guy in the picture. So I decided to ESN activities. I heard a lot about it, and I wanted to know more. So I firstly volunteered in the orientation week. After that, I decided to become a member, and I was taking part in events committee. I helped as much as I could, and I think the most impact I had was participating in Night Grow, and I was in one of the locations and was giving tasks to the participants alongside with another member. And I was in members training, sorry. So that helped me to understand a lot about ESN in general, because I thought that I knew a lot of information before and I was wrong. So that was really interesting, and I'm glad I did come. So why I want to talk about my experience in finance? Well, simply because applying for a finance and marketing manager position, you need to know about finance, I believe. There's obviously a lot of things I don't know still, and I could learn, and I will if I am elected. But I feel confident about for this position because, as I said, I'm studying finance for 3 years now, and I'm currently also working in accounting, which is also, as you probably know, one of the main activities that the finance and marketing manager does. And of course, alongside with creating budgets with the other board members. So I think if I don't know something from the jobs that I would have to do, I'm open to learning new experiences, new tasks. I'm very motivated. I really like finance. I know for a lot of people it sounds super boring, but until you really find something you like to study, I guess you will not understand. Well, obviously it works for different fields, but my field is finance. And yeah, so my strengths that I have is motivation to learn new things. As I said, it's nearly impossible to know everything, but I really like learning new things. And I think I would help a lot to this position, and I would take a lot because learning new things is obviously a great thing. And I'm punctual, obviously working in the team, and I believe I manage my time according to my commitments very well. I take responsibility with everything I commit to. So if I have deadlines, if I have projects I said I will be taking part in, I always make the time, even if that means I'm gonna stress out a lot or something. But if there's a deadline, I always reach it, and I'm good with working in teams. So I think obviously that's a lot of with this position. There's not a lot of teamwork with finance, but obviously with working alongside with other teams, that's very important, I think. So thank you for your attention, and if you have any other questions, feel free to ask.
Okay, thank you. So as you managed to do it faster, so we have 5 minutes for questions now, if there will be more questions, but let's try to do it in 3.
Okay.
Okay,
so, Gabia, thank you for your presentation. It was really great. Don't stress that much. I would like to ask how we get money for events. In which ways, like, yeah.
Well, I will try to tell you as much as I know. Obviously, this position is not as open as others, but the first funding source is the university, as I understand, and others come from looking for partners. So,
okay, Achu.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess then it's my turn. I have two questions. Can I ask two questions? I don't see any more people. So, okay, so the first question is, as you might know, we don't have partnerships coordinator candidate. So, and as you know, partnership is under the finance manager, I would say. So would you manage to have two positions, and would you manage to take partnerships, maybe even committee?
Well, it's difficult to say because I'm not sure about the work. You know, I have not participated in the partnership committee, but I think it's manageable. Hopefully there will be somebody or some other people, like more than one, that would like to help me out with the partnership committee, but I think I could manage it. If I would see that I cannot achieve the goals that ESN has with this committee, then I would maybe ask with other board members or just members in general.
Thank you very much. And I have one more question. So imagine you're in a situation, in 2 weeks you have an event, and VGTU promised to pay for that event, to sponsor that event. But at the end, they said they would only sponsor half of the event, half of the sum. So what would you do? Event is in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Imagine a Wild Festival, for example.
Yeah, well, it's difficult to say now because if there's no funding, well, half of funding from university, I believe there is maybe a chance to ask for help from ESN Lithuania. I'm not 100% sure if that's an actual thing, but I think I heard training. So honestly, I think looking for more partners maybe would be a possibility. Yeah, I don't really have the right answer for this question, sorry.
Okay, it's okay. Thank you. Are there more questions? Okay, I don't think there are any more questions. So thank you very much. And oh no, sorry, and we can move next to the third person presenting, and it's Mohamed Ayman for the communications manager.
Yeah. Hello again. Can it appear?
Yes, we can see you and the screen.
Okay. So I'm Mohamed. So I'm the candidate for communication manager. So first of all, who I am. So I'm just 20 years old, believe it or not. Maybe if I didn't look 20, I'm 20. So I'm studying computer engineering. I just came last semester, but still I'm in my third year. And I lived for my childhood was between 3 countries because my father was always relocating. So I'm gonna use this point later on. So just a PR member. So my work is mostly between writing articles or taking pictures for the Erasmus students and the events that the ESN VGTU publish or make. So why choose to be an ESNer? That's what I'll cover in this presentation, and my qualities, and also my vision or what can I do for the next year. So I just like grabbed my attention, these two logos, even before, as soon as I came into VGTU, and I started to know the ESN. So the first logo about we build memories is what grabbed my attention to go into the ESN. So I was always relocating between countries. So every time I relocate, I had that problem of finding in and going like with a new community, if it's school or a club or anything. I usually take a lot of time and a lot of effort, with also some bad experience at the beginning, till I fit in the new. So when I saw this ESN logo, I thought that it might be different when I relocated here. So that's the first thing that grabbed my attention to the ESN. And then, like,
sorry, Mohan, just for 1 second. Only your whole like presentation, not slide by slide.
Not more. Sorry, you can't see my.
We can see our presentation, but it's like we can see the whole one before clicking to show the screen. So we cannot see slide by slide.
Press F5 basically.
Editing and then F5.
So present. So now you can see, you saw this sports, right?
Now we can see it.
Yeah, okay. And now I'm talking about the first on the top, which is
okay.
We build memories. So that's the one that what was I saying? Yeah, that I needed to build memories here in this new place. So that's how I got into the ESN. And then I was wondering, like, why or VGTU using such like a predator or a wolf to be the logo of the ESN. But when I became a member of our community, and I noticed that without anyone telling me, that they use the wolf as a symbol for a family or a folk, that they are always together and they do everything together, from events, from planning to the success of the event. Everything gonna be as a group of people or a family together. So that's reluctant about the idea of a wolf or thing, and then it changed it to like, no, I now appreciate this place and this logo and like attached to it. So about my qualities now, why did I say now outgoing to new experience? So from the first day I came here, and the ESN started helping me to fit in Vilnius, showing me new areas of Vilnius, and also my mentor like met me after 2 days when I came here. I thought like that's the perfect way to fit into a new place. So I joined the ESN as a member later at the end of the last semester, and I almost have a very low about photographing, but then I still went as a photographer and photo editing. I really appreciated that work that I did, because like I help other people to keep their memories that they are having, keep up memories of the time they are having here. Especially like me, I had the best time as soon as I came here, even though I was lost the first day and I had the most horrible day as soon as I came here. But later on, I had like the best time in my life here in Vilnius, from the events, from getting to know people easily, because that the ESN do. So that's the thing I need to preserve for the ESN. That's what attracted me to the ESN, and that's the keep going on. So about the teamwork and leads, I was an internship in Saudi Arabia before I came here. So I had to experience like the first type of teamwork, and to have like a level of hierarchy, how you can transfer the data from upper to the lower, and also to like delegate and to start to deal with different categories or different hierarchy levels with different ways, also with different types of knowledge between like the workers in the lower level of hierarchy or upper. So that's what the teamwork, because I really, even if you don't have the experience for this position or the work you're doing, your teamwork skills can still like compensate it somehow. and also to start to lead. To get the idea of leading is to get the best out of your members' knowledge. So of course you will not be more experienced or have experience more than everyone below you from the members, but still you can benefit from everyone's knowledge. So sociable. So my point that I was afraid when I just came here is that I might not easily, I might find it hard to get into knowing people because of the language barrier, the cultural barrier, you can say, but like made it a piece of cake for getting into this culture and started to knowing people, even from not only from Lithuania, but even from all around the world, from that come. So for me, being afraid to not being social, like I used to be social before even. So the point about being afraid not to start socialize fast, the ESN solved it for me. That's why I joined it at the ESN. So time management. Even before I came here, I was studying in Egypt for 2 years in same faculty. So I always get into teams, but mainly like in Egypt, it was knowledge teams. So I'm always have this time management between the sociable or social life, like communities around or anything else aside of the study. So that's why I can say I quite have a good time management and responsible. So I not skip work or that, and I think that's important especially for like volunteering stuff, because some people might think like this is volunteering. That's mean that I don't have the full responsibility. No, it's not about you volunteering or not volunteering. It's about being responsible or not responsible to every part of your life. Even if it's volunteering, I think it's like a bit more responsibility to take a position, because like you need to prove yourself, even though that you are not taking a financial reward or something. So humorous. That might be a negative point and the quality at the same time, but like
your time is running out.
But when I have my manager or not have that humorous type, so I started to like get away from them. So I find for communication manager, I think that's the point that should come to. So that's like one of the best memories that I got here and experience with the ESN with the last mentor training this semester before this quarantine, unfortunately. But that's how now I fit in from a man lost on the streets in Vilnius the first night I came here. So my ESN experience also last semester, I had that experience about as primary school and talking about Egypt. So I never did that in my life at all, and that's what a very memorable position I have put it in my whole life, even before I came here. So getting into new experiences like this one, visiting a school, and to become from a computer engineer to a photographer and photo editing just to keep the student memories is really has an awesome feeling about me as an ESNer. Even like aside of communicating with other people, the things I do in the ESN really encouraged me to continue in this position. So now I'll go to my plans and vision. So ESN qualities that attracted me that I talked about before is like how they help students from all around the world to fit easily, doesn't culture barrier or language barrier. That's a thing myself got benefited a lot from it. So that's why I need to reserve it so many other students can get the same awesome experience that I had. Also, I guess like we need to improve our relationship with the university, because when I went to ESN meetings and I met members from other universities around Lithuania and around Europe in general, I really noticed that.
Okay, Mohammed, I'm sorry, but we're really running out of time.
Okay.
So just show what you have left. I hope people will read it. And Only
plans and then the questions. So you're gonna go for questions directly?
We're waiting in the chat. People, if you have questions, you can ask them there.
Any questions?
Okay, Ashwin.
Yeah. So
my
about
lovely team leader.
yeah. So you're gonna be working with the medium, and at times, the events. Sometimes you won't be able to reach the media manager, and because of which events will have to go right now. What will you do in such a case?
Maybe I'll just go to do the media or to make the advertising of the event myself.
Okay.
Because we cannot just destroy the whole event that we had spent months or weeks to get it ready for just one small barrier like this.
Yes. Okay. So that means you'll make the Photoshop and everything yourself, and you'll upload it yourself also, yeah?
If your choice, that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. That's all.
So.
Okay, any more questions, guys? Okay, no more questions. So thank you, Mohammed Ayman. And we're moving next. Oh, there was a question. Okay, very fast question. So Navo?
Yes. Yeah, I had a question. Since Ashwin asked you, will make the presentation and everything. Don't you think when you're the leader of a communication, I guess you'll have a team under you, so they can help you at these times?
That's a part of team leader, but I mean he's talking about two different teams, like the PR and the event, or he said the marketing, I think. So I'm gonna take this job to my team, so not necessarily me. I'm gonna do this job. Maybe anyone, even that experiences in Photoshop as well. So that doesn't mean that I'm gonna literally do everything. So that means I'm gonna take this job to my team and gonna some stuff or try to do it to get the job done anyway, me or the people under me or anything.
Okay, thank you for the presentation. You can turn off your screen, and we're moving next to Mentors Manager, a candidate, Guesta Shipilaita. Your turn.
Yep. How do I do that? Do you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Yep. Okay, so hi everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Guesta at VGTU, and currently I'm doing software engineering, and I'm in my second year of bachelor's. So let's firstly talk about my experience. First of all, I am on Erasmus at this very moment in Serbia, so this new experience helped me to understand how Erasmus students feel when they come to another country, and now I feel like I can help them more, knowing what it takes to help them. Another thing is I have a board, as I am currently a board member as partnerships coordinator, and this helped me to understand what it takes to make a good team, how to work in board, and how actually it is hard to work in board, and what I'm getting into. And the last thing is experience as a mentor. Here I included some pictures of my very beloved mentees from my 2 semesters as being mentor. And I can say that being a mentor is my favorite part of ESN. I love it with all my heart, and it really changed my life. So now I want to introduce you the things that I did for this position already. So first of all, I wrote some tips for mentors. This is not an A to Z guide, but this is more to help the mentors to be a good, and I included tips like how to find a flat for Erasmus students to rent, because I never did this in my life, and I really struggled at first to find 6 flats in a couple of months. Another thing that I did is I wrote a letter to new mentors, so I already went into the mode of how I would talk to new mentors as a mentors manager next semester. And the last thing is I wrote Erasmus guide. Here I included, actually it's half of a page, it's around 19 pages, I tried to make this guide from A to Z, literally everything that Erasmus might think of. I tried to write as little text as possible so that it's clear and they can easily find what they're looking for. Next, I was thinking about mentors trainings and how could I improve it, and I wrote some ideas. So first of all, I would really like to show a video of Erasmus students. So I talked with my very good friend Patrick, and he agreed to make a short video of him just about his experience, what kind of problems he had when he arrived in VGTU. And I thought that this would make a better impact to new mentors to show the video of a student talking about the problems rather than us saying the same thing to them. Next thing is to give the answers to simulations instantly, so that they did some simulations like how to open a bank account. And I don't think we showed the answers to that problem instantly. So I think it would be really nice to do the simulation and then quickly after it's done to show the answer on slides, like in 1 or 2 sentences, so that the mentor acquires that problem. He could think of a simulation and then quickly think of a solution. Next thing is to make some kind of simulation about renting a flat, because as I said, this is not a very common experience that students have, especially if you're Lithuanian and from Vilnius. So I think it would be really nice to just introduce them about do's, don'ts, and how to even start doing that. And the last thing is to talk about the timetable. Erasmus students have very messed up timetable around a week before their arrival when I just started to be a mentor, and it really surprised me. So I have to talk about that more so that they're not surprised, they know how to act, and they can calm Erasmus students down when they panic. I want to talk about my work ethic, how I see myself working as a mentors manager. So first of all, I would create Excel file for Erasmus students with color coding. Let's say to write if they arrived, if they're happy with the mentor, if maybe they need some additional help from me, or maybe I need to keep an eye on them. Next, I would make Excel file for mentors as well. This one to maybe so that I could monitor better. So I could color code it as well to say if the mentors are doing a great job, maybe some need a bit more help, maybe they just started and I feel like they're not doing a good job and they need a bit of a bigger push, so I can keep my eye on them more. So my next thing is messages to mentors. So based on my Excel file of color coding, I would write to some mentors more often than to others to make sure that they're taking it seriously and everything is fine. Next thing, bonding events for mentors. So when I just joined mentors program, I realized there is not really a lot of events in summer before semester for just mentors, and I really lacked that. And I think as a mentors manager, that the mentors can bond and have fun before semester just themselves, and find out about ESN more, because that's a great way to help them know more about ESN and volunteer in orientation week maybe. And the last thing is my strict attitude. I really take mentors manager work seriously. I think that being a mentor is making such a huge impact on Erasmus, and it shouldn't be something that people just join for an extra point to go on the Erasmus. So if members, I would not hesitate and throw them out. Okay, so thank you. That's it.
Thank you very much. So, questions? Write your name. Okay, so I can see the Kęstutis is the first one.
Okay. Hello, Gusta. Okay, so my question would be, I think, very simple. Imagine that mentor and mentee is like very friendly with each other and is like have everything. And one day they, I don't know, break into university. Okay, let's take this example. And what are your first steps as mentor manager?
Okay, well, first of all, I would ask them to meet me, both of them, to talk what happened, what the fuck they were thinking. And if it was serious, I would report it to probably IRO to make sure that they get some kind of sentence to what they did. And probably maybe write to other mentors just to make sure that they don't do the same thing.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I guess it's my turn. First, I really liked that you already started to prepare for your position and you already done some things. So congratulations on that. I have a question for you regarding this semester. Even though I was not here, even though I was in Spain, I still heard some rumors that I'm stealing mentees from other mentors. So the question is the question is not if you think how to solve it. The question is, do you think able to solve it? And if yes, how is it possible?
Well, I think it's not possible to solve it percent because there's still going to be people who sneak around. It would probably be possible to make it that, you know, maybe to tell them to first come to me so that they feel comfortable to talk to me about it. And we came up with solution how to, you know, solve the problem, and they wouldn't do it behind my back, and this maybe wouldn't be such a big thing then.
All right, thank you. Next one is my chat froze. Milda. Yes, Milda.
Okay, so my question is, as you know, being a mentor is a voluntary thing. And what if there is a new mentor and he has a bunch of difficulties and he's doing very, very badly? What would you do then? Are you giving him some help, or will you give his mentees to another mentor?
Well, I think, of course, I would encourage him. I would try my best to give him attention, to make sure that I give my help so that they feel comfortable going to solve it together. And if they show potential that they want to try, they have motivation, then I think they can become better and we don't, you know, have to take their mentees. If they, however, feel like they don't want to do that, then of course would be a better solution to get the mentees to someone else who wants to do that. So it's more like, what is their preference? Do they want to stay? Do they want to improve? And
All right, thank you. Are there any more questions? We still have a little bit of time. No more questions. Okay, thank you, Guesta, very much.
Thank you.
You can turn off your screen and we're moving next. The fifth one. The fifth one is the position of media manager. Ask Subransu, 1 year, to start.
Hello, everyone. I'm Subransu Banerjee. Let me just share. Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, again, hello, everyone. For those who it's difficult to call me Subransu, call me Kirito. Talking about the point, who exactly I am. When I am a student from my bachelor's degree here in the creative industry, first year. And why exactly I have chose this post. Creativity and curiosity, things which has always been my inquisitiveness, no matter how difficult the situation demands. And this post of media manager will not only help me harness my ever-flowing ideas, fruitful product, but also will enrich my skills in the said technical program. These are my strengths. Honesty and integrity first, obviously. I hate to lie and I don't know how to lie. Passion for work, obviously. Like, no matter what the situation is, no matter how hard the situation might come, you will always get the result. Creativity and originality, it is what I always prefer for my any kind of job I do. If it is photo editing, video editing, or clicking something, making new content, it is always original. You do perseverance. Give up till the time it is not perfect. I don't give up. I'm quite punctual. And talking about leadership quality, I have spearheaded a lot of projects a lot of different communities where I have planned and made sure that my voice is the proper in the proper connection. Let me tell you something about my experiences. Well, as you can see, there are a lot of photos of me attending different programs. These are all conducted by me. Few of the programs were about designers from my city. As you can see in the left up, it's me describing about my project to the scientists back from my country. And in the right up corner, there are people northeast region of my country. I took them out for there's a how should I explain, community called Indian Science Congress. It is for the children who are quite inquisitive about science and making innovations. So I made sure from a group of them, and I tried. I made sure that my voice, with the help of the media, it reached everyone. I made advertisements. I made sure that my voice reached everyone. So I know how important media is in today's day. These are a few of the portfolio mine, some of the photoshops and photographies that I do. As you can see over there, there are like things about Cited. So Cited is basically a TED talk that was organized by my high school back in my country, and I was leading the communications department over there. I was supposed to do the marketing and make sure I gather the people around, like make a hype that, yay, we have a TED talk in our city kind of stuff. What I want to improve, even if I'm elected for this post, first thing is to establish an efficient communication plan. Like there was a question earlier given to the communication who is there participating for the communication post, that if you are not able to communicate with the media manager, I will make sure that never occurs. I will always be there 24/7. Whenever the situation it requires me to be there, I will be there. I also had the new templates, then the photo and the covers that comes for the post that are not only attractive but easy to relate. There are sometimes happen that the photo doesn't mean a particular event that we are talking about. So I will make sure that it means that the photo has some relation, that it's more attractive. Well, ESN VGTU, it's not only about the events that we organize. I will also make sure that the media platforms are quite active and beautiful. Like, for example, there are some events, not necessarily if they're like in the right now situation, make sure there are lots of chats about it, the situation. And then there are like obviously the public communication. I would love to I have to cooperate, and I would do that with full respect. And as the conclusion comes, bigger does really mean a lot to me, because it not only will help me in my in my personal side, but also in my professional career, applying for, like I'm doing for my creative industry student. So it will also help me in my career as a future, like an experience to how to manage, how to build. And that's it. Any questions?
All right, thank you very much. You made it very fast, so we have more time for questions. So we can start. The first one is KK.
Hello.
Hi.
So I have a small question. So
yes.
Imagine you have to do a post, not a post, but like a picture for a post in like 10 minutes. But you have a coursework to do, you have other jobs to do and everything, so you can't just do it because of the time, And there is one board member which is pushing you so much to do that photo, because if you can't do the photo, we can't do the post, everything, event. So what you gonna do?
Well, I quite understand that situation, and to a multitasker, so it won't be a problem for me. I can manage both my coursework and this at the same time.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Next is my chat froze again. I think it's Patrick. Yes, Patrick.
Hey, Subranchu.
Hey, man.
Just a very quick question. Why do you want to apply for the board immediately after just this little time in ESN, and why don't you just want to first and then apply for board later?
Yeah, I actually gave a little bit of thought about it, and like I even talked a lot of times with Ashwin, and then like I wanted to apply for next year, but then I later on thought, why not now? Because I know I am quite confident about my skills. I am good with persons. I know what I'm supposed to do. So was wrong in just going out and doing my work. So I just applied for the post. I hope I'm able to
good luck.
All right, thank you. Next one is Ashwin.
So as you know, we have a brand pack that we use for every post that we make. Do you think you'll make changes to it in the future, or will you just keep it the same?
Regarding brand package, I think I will try to not make any big differences. I will try to maintain what has been recognized, because if you make a big sudden change into any kind of brand package and it suddenly does not become recognizable, that's not fine. That's not how it. Small changes, maybe the color tone sometime, maybe something, but not any sort of big change, because recognized brand package is important.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks for the question. Next is me. Okay, so first of all, I really like your presentation. Thanks for it. And I have a question. As you know, you'll have a committee if you get elected, so you'll have people in your So the question is, how would you spread your work to the members of the committee? Because imagine you'll have 20, maybe 25 members, and there's different things to do in your committee. So how would you separate?
Well, in a broad perspective, in a narrow perspective, there are the work: photo, video, and posts. The three main important ways we can. Not only that, we can also narrow it more, like we can narrow the profile more down by Facebook, Instagram, and other platforms. I will subdivide the groups into certain people, giving us the particular post to do each week with each new agenda, each new events, with how to, like, for example, there will be 3 people making sure that this event is recognized in the Instagram. There are 5 more people making sure that the post is recognized in the Facebook. So I will make sure that each and everyone is preoccupied and they know what they're supposed to.
All right, thank you. Next one is Dainush.
Sometimes media might need a little bit of funding when we are talking about making films for, like, for example, there is a new event coming up for Erasmus or the Goodbye or something meeting. Make some kind of video. For video we need equipments, but we can always take it from the, we can borrow it from our creative industry. But I think sometimes. And as for the expenditure, I'm sorry, I don't know yet how much the expenditure will be, but I know that the expenditure is quite low, because I know how difficult it is to get a fund.
All right, thank you. And the last question is from KK.
Okay, one more question.
Yes, please.
Imagine that you have 2 people in the committee for the whole semester. What you gonna do?
Pardon? Sorry?
If you have 2 committee members in your team, and you said that like 3 people for this work and everything, what you gonna do if you're gonna have only 2 people?
Only 2 people. Perfect. The less, like 2 people. One will do the Facebook, one will do the Instagram, one other just focus on content writing, and I will just help everyone.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you. The time is out.
Thank you, everyone.
And you can turn off here. And we can move next. Next, we have 2 candidates for events manager position. And we'll start at Mardam, then with Faisal. But we will ask them questions after both presentations. That means when Faisal will present, we'll immediately move to Mardam. And after his presentation, we'll ask questions to both of the events managers. Okay, so we'll start with Mardam. You have some. Is Mardam Akinyazo here? He's not here. Does he have problem connecting?
He wasn't here, and I think he just, ran.
Okay, so could you, KK, please contact him? And yes, then we'll go. It's your turn, Faisal.
Hello. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so good afternoon. I'm Faisal Maznoum, and I'll be running for the events manager position in ESN. So first of all, who am I? So I was born in October 2000. I'm from United Arab Emirates and Philippines. I'm currently finishing my second year in Bachelor's of Mechatronics. I'm known as the fun guy, Big Faye, Capitan, and Papi. So, and experiences. So me and my friends, we've organized and performed a poetry act in a mall in Philippines. We have also organized a children's play, selling shirts, selling food, hosting a play in order to earn money for charity and for the student council. I enjoy playing League of Legends, so currently I'm Gold 3, but I promise I'm... Yeah, we have also organized, we have volunteered for Habitat for Humanity. If you don't know what Habitat for Humanity is, it's basically a nonprofit organization that aims towards building houses and shelter for people without roofs. I helped with boring holes, mixing and applying cement, laying bricks, filtering grains, etc. So yes, of course, it's hard labor, but so achievements and awards. So first, for my academic achievements, I'm currently a scholar in VGTU for mechatronics and robotics. I was a honor student, which is basically cum laude in high school. And I've earned the significant award, which is for the highest number of mastered calculus topics. So yeah, your boy's out here putting in work. So for football, I used to be the football varsity captain. I was awarded the Mythical 7 Award, which is given to the best 7 players in the whole region, and the Best Attacker Award. Vision and goals with the ESN is the following. I wish to organize fun and insightful events, gain and maintain an active role in the university's community, excitement and comfort in exchange students, and further enhance my knowledge and experience in management. So I have actually created an initial possible events just for now. So after, if the lockdown ends, I really enjoyed the cultural evening, the pub quizzes, and I'd like to add going to the coast side or the beach, camping, escape room, and go-karting. In collaboration with the sports department, I'd like to host more events for football, futsal, volleyball, or basketball. And for in case we're not allowed to go out, I'd be in collaboration with the IT and PR department for hosting gaming tournaments, Kahoot games, Netflix watch parties, and coworker feud. Yeah, there. So thank you.
Oh my God, first of all, Jesus Christ. What the fuck? Okay. How much do you think we earn from working in you? Average from 50 euros to, like, I don't know, 200?
0.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we get money?
No. From just fundraisers, yes. But allowance, of course, not.
But like we personally get money, or is it for ESN like VGTU?
Oh, for ESN, of course.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, so one of your suggestions was about going to the beach, going to the coast. So we're in the Vilnius, and the nearest beach or coast would be Klaipėda, I think. So how would
Green
you
Lake,
organize that?
It's close.
Green Lake? Yeah, but beach or coast sites. I understood that as far away like Klaipėda. So would you organize something like, for example?
Oh, yes, possibly.
Okay.
And Maria, is your turn.
Okay, hello, Faisal. So in your motivational letter, you mentioned that you have a lack of experience in events management, but you claim that you will be like it will be a great opportunity for you still like to try yourself and quote plan our events for international students that we deserve. So what kind of events you have in mind? You already mentioned, but like what will be your first steps if you get elected? What you will do with like such a big committee that usually events committee is, and how you're gonna organize its work in general?
In terms of organization, I have to collaborate with the committees through either Google collaboration or simply through Facebook. For now, the events we can host are just during lockdown, which can be icebreaker games like Kahoots or gaming tournaments. And after it, we can after the lockdown, we can see what we can do from there. We can start evening a pop quiz so I can get used to the pace of the ESN. Then we can proceed with further ideas.
And one more question, like, what do you think is important for being events manager? Like, what qualities you have to have?
Leadership, that's for sure. That's one of the things. We need good communication because we really need collaboration with departments for making events possible. So, yeah.
Okay. And for example, the last one, sorry, if you need to plan some big events, like how you gonna start the collaboration with, like, I don't know, how you gonna make organization, for example, like place or something?
Yeah. The thing is, I'll be working with, I'll try to work with the public relations department because single-handedly trying to communicate with the hosts of venues, that would be difficult because I'm not fluent in Lithuanian or Russian. So I really need, for example, someone from the public relations department to help me in that situation.
Okay.
Okay, very fast because we have no time. Ronnie, sorry, we skipped you.
Yeah, my question is, I remember how you said that you play games and you are a good student. So as we saw last time, like even Monica, she used to spend a lot of time. Do you think you will have enough time for doing all the events and being a good, like managing your studies and managing your gaming?
Yes, absolutely.
All three.
I'm currently.
Okay.
All right, thank you for your presentation. Mardan is not coming, so you'll be the only one candidate. Thank you. You can turn off your screen, and we are moving to the next position, Vice President and presenter Adana Januszowskaita.
I'm checking my mic. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
And we can see you.
Just trying to set it all up. Can you see this?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. Okay, so Adana Januszowskaita, and I'm a candidate for the vice president position. So a little about me. So I'm a first-year aircraft piloting student at VGTU, and aviation is my passion. And, you know, it comes as no surprise that my favorite place in Vilnius is the plane spotting site. You can go to observe planes and watch them land and take off. My other hobbies are playing video games and reading books. And since I'm a very creative person, I love the opportunity to explore fictional worlds and improve my language skills at the same time. I am also an active ESN member and enjoy organizing and participating in events. I couldn't be happier with the decision to join last year since I was struggling to meet people, and suffice to say, all of my current friends are from ESN VGTU. Sorry, forgot about this part. Okay, strengths and experience. So I will give you some of my strengths illustrated with a real life example where I've shown that quality. So I am very organized. I spent my gap year living and working in the Netherlands, and I had to combine working in 2 jobs. So a full-time position as a bartender and a part-time position as a waitress in a restaurant. So to be able to accomplish, I carefully manage my time and follow my schedule to carry out my work duties properly. I am also hardworking. My GPA is 9. I managed to achieve that by attending all of the lectures and studying alone. And I've always managed to produce work of high quality and deliver it exactly on time. I am also a good communicator. I have the necessary English language skills to perform well in the role. And I have speeches in academic setting and as well as hosting various events. So this year I hosted the rapid funding event of ESN VGTU, and it was a huge success. I'm also reliable and have the leadership skills necessary. So last year I've been elected as class for my role involved working with my fellow course students to resolve problems, also represent the entire class and academic staff and university and faculty administration to make sure that the study process is carried out properly. And it's also a leadership role, so I've acquired the necessary leadership skills. So I included this slide to showcase my passion for community and my contributions to ESN VGTU so far. So yeah, Freshman Week, I've helped with the registration of students for events, as well as helped organize the freshman celebration and was a group leader with Sophia. And suffice to say, we managed to lift this entire team and we won the first place. During the trip to Turkey, I was a group leader and I made sure that the trip went smoothly and students had a good time in general. During the pub quiz, me and Guaste were responsible for question slides for pub quiz, and despite encountering some difficulties, the event went rather well. I was the PC teacher evenings and had to handle the technical side of things when students were presenting their countries. But most importantly, I hadn't realized my idea of a speed-friendly event for the incoming students. Since from experience, I know how hard the first weeks can be, I wanted to organize which would help international students to make new friends. And the event happened on Valentine's Day. And despite some difficulties trying to get a place for Maria magically solved that issue, everything went really well and everyone had a lot of fun. Oh, my vision. So in this part, I'm going to describe what things I want to accomplish in the role of vice president. So office, since one of my responsibilities is the office, I want to make a manual for people who have office duties on how to carry out certain procedures and how to answer the most questions by students. Up until now, this knowledge has been spread word of mouth, so from student to student, but like from person to person, but unofficial to have everything readily available on paper. So that would make things significantly easier. Recruitment, since I am also responsible as vice president for members of the organization, I'd like to work more in the recruitment strategies. ESN VGTU has plenty of as members, but we've been lacking full-time students, and this issue has been expressed to me from multiple members of the organization. So I would like more of them to join us to make the organization stronger. In the first month of the academic year, we have Introduction to Studies lecture, And I think we could utilize that lecture to draw more students in. So maybe we could present our organization during that time. Oh. And like the third thing I want to do is I would like to put my efforts into the events of ESN VGTU, but I would like to put more events related to activism in our agenda. So I would things which bring about social change. And more specifically, I'd like to focus on events which promote health and well-being and social inclusion and integration. Lithuania is a part of Europe, as we all know. The general opinion about certain subjects is largely outdated, and I would like to change that. Okay, with that being said, I would be honored to be your vice president. I want to give a warm welcome to all the incoming international students and full-timers and make sure they come to love ESN VGTU as much as I do. And that should be all. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you for your presentation. If you have questions, write your name. KK?
Okay, hello, Dana.
Hi.
I have, I think, 2 or maybe 1 question. It depends how you will answer.
Sure.
So since ESN has causes, can you tell me what kind of causes ESN has, first of all?
So culture, then education and youth. As I mentioned in my presentation, social inclusion and health and well-being are also causes of the ESN. And then it's the it's also important, and skills and employability. Those are the causes.
Okay, so tell me any kind of events you would like to do, including health and well-being.
Health and well-being, for example, well, the quarantine has been very hard on each and every one of us. And I observed that VU has been hosting these about mental health during the period of quarantine and how you could study more efficiently during this time alone. And I thought that maybe we could have done something similar for international students of ESN.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Well, do you have some plans or maybe ideas how you're going to reinforce and maintain the of the members?
Well, first of all, I'd like to establish a good line of communication, and by that, I want to make sure that each and every member is listened to, and I would try to accomplish that to make them feel like they're being heard, and that way they would always find it easy to reach out to me with any issue or any kind of creative for events. So just in general, being there for them and being there to listen to what they have to say, either via social media or during my office hours.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm next. So as you know, Vice President is not only about helping events manager and etc. It's also about human resources management. So I have a question which is kind of related to it. It's more about the communication. So as you may have heard, maybe we have some miscommunication with the student unions of each VGTU faculty. We tried to collaborate them, for example, last August.
Associations, you mean?
Students of Stabiles.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we had some problems with them, like organizing common events. So my question is, how would you try to establish friendly relationship with 11 faculties of VGTU, with 11 student unions of VGTU?
Okay, so that is a good question.
Adena, you froze. We cannot see you, I think.
Actually, first of all,
Adena, could you repeat, please?
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. So of course, first of all, I would start with my own student association of the aviation faculty, since I know some people and I know most of the committee heads. And I think it'd be easy to establish a good working relationship with them because I know them personally, but for that could supposed to be a problem. But with this successful example of the aviation faculty, since I'm a member there as well, I think we can convince other students together. So I think the best course of action in this scenario would be getting to know the necessary people in person to establish a line of communication.
All right, thank you. Gwesta is next.
Hey, what you would do in this situation. So because you have to be good at communicating and talking with people. So let's say one ESN member comes to you to solve a problem that another ESN member is being entitled, it's being rude to other members. How would you talk to that person?
They are being rude to other ESN members. That is the situation I have to deal with, right?
Yeah.
I would explain to that person that it is against the way the entire organization operates because, well, one of our values is, of course, integration, forming an integrated community. And by explaining that to that person, again, try to see whether he changes his way of treating other members. But if it still is not enough, I would probably explain to him that, you know, his actions have led me to make a decision. That person has to leave the organization.
Okay, thank you.
Right, and a very quick question, please. We're running out of time, but sorry, we missed Patrick. Patrick was before me, so your turn.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, Dana.
Hey.
Just one quick question. Since the vice president, as you already know, will have the duty to help every committee and every board member, how do you want to ensure a good working environment in the board?
Good working environment in the board. Well, for example, we have board trainings, but of course, after we will personally know each and every one member of the board. So if I were elected, I would try to establish a good line of communication right after that, just trying to get to know each person of the board personally. And of course, during the trainings, we would actually get the chance to work together on some simulation tasks and establish a friendly rapport.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Adena, for your presentation. And we are moving next. We're moving next to the most important, the president.
I was on the list.
What?
I was on the list.
Yes, Maria, sorry, but we have no time. There were also... Yes. Okay, so we're moving to the president position, and we have Lina Dragil.
Okay, just... I hope you can hear me well and you can see me well, and you can see my screen. Can you?
Yeah, kind of.
Yes, we can see. We can see your whole presentation, not slide by slide, though.
1 second. Can you now?
No, we
Yeah,
don't
we
see.
kind of
We
see your
we see your website.
Yeah, but now we see.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so. Well, as you already know, I'm the candidate for the position of president. And majority of you might ask themselves, who is she? So let me shortly introduce myself. I'm on the 3rd year of my VGTU studies, and in ESN, I'm also for 3 years. And during all this time, I participated active local, international, and even had a chance to participate in international events. During all this time, I experienced a lot of knowledge, which I'm using not only for my ESN work, but also for my personal life and even for my studies. But what's more important, through all this time, I create the clear vision, what is ESN, how it should look, and where it should go. And right now, I'm feeling that I'm ready to take a new step, to take a new challenge, and to become the person who will represent ESN VGTU in the best way, in the way we are. So in my speech, I decided to focus on my two main goals and how I'm going to achieve them. So, first one is visibility out of ESN. I believe current ESN VGTU board did a pretty good job in connecting with sections and ESN Lithuania as well. And I think we can do even more. I would like to see ESN VGTU creating events not only for Erasmus people entertainment, but also for creating the society, improving the young people lives and especially foreigners experience in Lithuania. So communication out of VGTU will be the greatest plus for us as a section. I'm saying out of VGTU, let me tell you what I mean. Communication with such organizations like LIOT or organizations which focused on LGBTQ society, or for example, some companies which focused on employability. So in general, which focused on youth people, society improvement, and this connection, what I want is I want to connect with such organization, and that will be one of the biggest plus and my biggest goals for the next semester, or even next year. My second goal is relationship with VGTU and VGTU Student Association. From my personal point, I think this question was opened long time ago, but we still don't have the clear and proper solution for it. Right now, ESN VGTU is just a part of student association. What I want to achieve is to become the official unit of VGTU University. What it will give us? First of all, we will be able to use VGTU resources. And second one, we will be able to collaborate with all VGTU partners, which is slightly increase our events quality. So that's pretty great. And also, I mentioned VGTU Student Association. I have time to speak about that more. We already have connection with them, but it's still not a lot, and we're still not using this opportunity on fullest. For example, we have mentors program. They also have mentors program. So why not to connect in this point more? Why not to have strongest relationship on that? For example, we can send our delegates to their members training, and they can teach how VGTU works in general, more deeper way actually. And also we can invite them to our member trainings and to show them how to work with the foreigners. So both sides will gain something from this kind of relationship, and that will be also pretty great. And that's also one of my main goals, because I finally want to establish this connection and be official part of VGTU. And well, why you should choose me as your president? I strongly believe that you need to grow until being a president. And I can assure you that I did. I'm ready to be responsible for myself, not only for myself and for my actions, for my words, but also for my team. And I'm ready to be the person who will represent ESN VGTU in national and international level. And well, that's most likely it. And I wish you good luck in deciding the future of ESN VGTU. And thank you.
Thank you, Lina, very much. We have still others, so write your name, guys. And the first one I can see is Keking.
Thank you, Lina, for a very amazing presentation always. I have a small question. Okay. For example, in the board, imagine that you are in the board, and there is one person, he or she, and you just can't talk with each other without fighting, or like that person can't talk with other board members fighting, and you're just fighting. So what you would do to like make that person to look at the members better, with respect, with like less of energy to fight.
That's a good question and a very possible one. Well, first of all, I'm not a conflict person at all. It's not, so hopefully I will not be that person. But if such situation will happen, I'm not going to, I think, solve the situation with all the members, like with all the group. First of all, what I will do is just to speak personally, to try to find a way to exactly this person, because I think that's also very important quality of the leader to know how to find the way for every board member, for every even volunteer, and for every ESNer. So first of all, it will be communication, negotiation. I will try to find the reason why this person is maybe not satisfied with something, or why he's trying to fight with someone. So first of all, and the main thing is communication. Just face to face, only with this person. I will try to explain them that you're not alone, and that depends on the situation. But first of all, it's face to face communication between me and that person.
Okay, thank you, Lena.
Thank you very much. I have a question. I have two questions. I'll ask the first one. So the first one is quite simple. Would you have enough time for us during the fourth course, if we have national events or international events to represent, like personally, our section? I would mostly ask your colleagues to represent our section.
Well, yes, next year will be my last city. But saying from experience, when I was the finance manager in 2019 of ESN VGTU, the half of my colleagues university, and I saw how difficult it was for them, but still they did amazing job. And looking to, I was thinking about that, and I create some kind of plan for me, for myself, and I'm not having problems with time management. In the end, when all this start and all this biggest ESN events, I think I will be able to manage that just by focusing on spending, for example, like 3 or 4 hours per week for ESN work. So in that way, continuously, I will be all the stuff.
Thank you. And I have one more question. So looking at the previous years, ESN VGTU had quite different presidents, I would say. So for example, taking Radvila, she was very strong in outer communication. That means she was very strong she had good connections with ESN Lithuania, for example. And she was trying to represent herself in ESN International. Kęstutis was focusing on internal communication with VGTU mostly. So my question is, what is your leadership style? And yes, explain why maybe you think one or another is better.
Well, I could say when I was thinking about becoming a president, and I was remembering the previous experiences, the previous presidents. I remember Radvila, of course. Unfortunately, I was absent in the last year, so I cannot say about the Kęstutis, unfortunately. But I saw also the president before Radvila, and I wish I would like to connect communication inside of VGTU. But still, I think it's more for the vice president to connect side. And I would like to focus more on the communication out of VGTU. I would like to gather ESN VGTU, other ESN Lithuania, and our other organizations inside of Lithuania. So I think the main responsibility of the president is connection between some higher organizations. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
More like Radvila, but also I will not forget about the members and the volunteers.
Thank you very much. Okay, I cannot see any more questions and we're running out of time. So thank you, Lina. And we're moving next. So now to board support candidates. Board support candidate is also a board member, of course, but it has a little bit, let's say, less decision making and maybe a little bit less responsibilities because they're under the manager. So for example, IT is under communications manager, sports and well-being is under events manager, and partnership is under financial manager. But anyway, we're trying to be all, and we're moving to the first candidate of IT coordinator, which is Dimitri. Once again, we'll have 7 minutes for each presentation and then 10 minutes for questions for all of you.
Okay, so hello. I'm gonna excuse in advance. I do have it on my laptop, but something is wrong with it, and it cannot even load the. So I'm gonna be speaking without the camera. Okay, and you should be able to see my slides now.
Yes.
Okay, so hello. My name is Dimitri Kovner, and I am a second-year student in VGTU. I'm currently studying the software engineering, and I have been a part of the ESN for over 7 months as a member of the events committee. Profile picture, if you might have not seen me because I don't have a camera right now. So moving on, my strong sides, I'm trying to be honest and determined team player, but most important, willing to improve myself, even during the hard times. Like take, for example, our current time right now. I thought, but I don't want to sit still and I want to continue doing something. So I decided to continue my passion in creating the video games on my own. So I found 2 of my friends who shared the passion with me. And we created a small team developing a game on a real-time development platform called Unity. It's a small game, but it will still allow us to develop new skills and more knowledge. And by developing the game ourselves, we gain knowledge in many sides like coding, designing, modeling, and even the sound effects. So my interests and hobbies, as I said, the game development. I enjoy coding and challenging myself from time to time, developing something asked by my friends, for example. I do volunteer in many events and in big events like Game On and Comic-Con Baltics, if you heard of those. They happened in Vilnius. And of course, I enjoy playing video games. So in 2018, I finished computer school where I gained a vast amount of knowledge about the computers and the code. Where I started to learn the C# and gain the basic knowledge about the object-oriented programming, and then which I managed to improve during my first year in VGTU, especially during the second semester, where our finishing job was to create a small ourselves in C++ in a console window. For the long time, I have been an administrator on a games forum, and my responsibilities included creating topics, managing deleting, creating information, and of course, surveying the users, their roles, and information they provide to us. Talking about the administration, I have created and have been a manager to several servers, or have been an administrator to a server of my friend or someone who I know from a group or a work, and where I learned to manage sources, data, information, and the users of the server. Whenever I write the code, let it be just a game or a program I gain from the university or a job, I try to make it as structured and organized as possible, making it more readable and understandable. Same goes for my workspace. I best focus only when my table or my desk is free out of unnecessary things. I fully when there is something unnecessary, I don't know, like food or our trash, or I don't know, maybe even my phone. I don't need it when I'm focusing on my job. It's also worth mentioning that I volunteered in a big events, as I said, like Comic-Con Baltics and Game On. And what I liked about them, they have a lot of things about the IT as well, especially gaming. So there I was assisting them with IT matters, questions, and was helping their informational and communicational resources. So I feel I am a suitable candidate for this position as I'm Quorum and server administration, as I mentioned previously. Also, since I'm an organized person, I structure my work and always make sure all of my complete are in time. And whenever I'm working in a group or a team of several people, I always try to suggest a plan if I'm already, because with the plan you can always make your things, you can always make the things faster.
We couldn't hear you, but I guess
Yeah.
here.
Okay, all right. Continuing on. Yeah, my course mates often approach me with the questions about our study materials or just day-to-day IT matters, and I'm always happy to help them to answer their questions or their problems. And what I think is the most important about helping people is the way you unfortunately, I have seen many people in IT who just say do this and that, and they don't explain anything to you. They assume you know everything, and they think they help you, but they didn't. So what I do, whenever I try to explain some complicated topic or a function, I try to explain it in the most understandable, simplest way possible. Most of the time with the examples to ensure my partner understood the information correctly and they will do that thing or topic or function correctly and perfectly. I will do my best to ensure the work of the computer software, even if it is just a simple program like Paint or a complicated one like SolidWorks or Photoshop. If the program is unknown to me, I would do a research on the subject, find to the problem, and ensure the issue or problem is solved. And in the end, I want to say that I'm really glad that I joined ESN VGTU. These 7 months were really fun, and I really want to continue helping ESN become even better place. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Dmitry. We'll move to the questions later on when our answers present. So now we're moving to Sofia Maserati. 7 minutes for you.
Hello.
Hey.
Okay. Window. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So hi, I'm Sofia Muslim, and I want to run for the IT coordinator and board support. So who am I? So I am a IT bachelor in VGTU. I came from a culturally diversified background. So I grew up in Dubai in the United Arab Emirates. I'm Filipino and Syrian. I have a passion for language, culture, and information technology. I grew up with a background in web development and linguistics, and was nurtured in an environment of home domotics or home automation. So from my strengths, I am known for my creativity. I have an eye for design. I'm passionate, determined, and motivated whenever it comes to anything that I'm doing. I am resourceful and anything out of just a few resources. I am a quick learner, a great teacher, and I also have it. I'm also logical, fair, and honest. So when it comes to a collaborative team environment, everything has to be perfect. No time for drama, as in. And I'm also very detail-oriented, so it makes me a perfectionist. So my weaknesses, just a bonus. I'm not very punctual, but I do overcome that by a lot of alarms. I'm hot-headed. That means because of my motivation for the things that I do, I can get emotional and I can lash out at times. I'm also anxious under stress, but I overcome that by public speaking, and that is also. And then again, perfectionism is a strength and a weakness, mostly because I always want things to be perfect before I submit them, and that may take time sometimes. So my experience in IT. I grew up working with my father in his home office, which is why I love programming and IT in general. I taught myself web development from the age of 11, teaching myself pages and make interactive and responsive websites. In competitions, I was a 4th place finalist in a national IT Wizards competition in the Philippines, which was totaled out of 29 schools. I'm also a 1st place winner in software system engineering competition for schools. Other than that, I have lots of experience in programming competitions in the Philippines, as well as public speaking, but I don't have to add all that. So I'm also really good at mail merging, which is very important in IT, as one of the things we have to do is automate and make everything. I also was responsible and I made the ESN VGTU Esports Discord that to keep students included into ESN. It was meant to keep students okay and staying at home during quarantine, during the beginning of the quarantine. I also do design, so that's a plus for me. I love making little designs and making things look good, because that's also a plus for higher reach. This is one of my projects, is a little website. Quarantine is just a website that I made for myself and anyone who wants to take care of themselves during quarantine and find something to do and connect with others. So my vision for ESN. So one of the quotes in ESN is that we envision higher reach, better quality, and easier access. So that's also what I share in my own philosophies. I also envision smooth communication among all of ESN. That means that making the ability to connect people together so that we can all communicate properly and not have discrepancies like problems with Messenger or problems with file handling. That's what I also want to take care of. I also envision automated system for functional requirements. I want to create a system where things can easily be done in a click of a button. I also envision a dedicated team for IT support, because anyone in IT knows that IT takes a team. You can't just build Rome in a day. Okay. Making convenience a standard rather than a luxury. So things that are harder to get now, I want to make it easier. This is just part of software systems engineering and part of project management quality that I have. So here are some of the things I've envisioned. Slack for ESN VGTU is meant to be a platform for community, and I've tested a lot of them. And I usually organize things into a mood board like this so that things can be easily explained to someone and can show a bigger grasp in a mind map kind of idea. I'm very detail oriented, and I always create reports and user manuals for anything that I make. I have a productivity board where I organize things that I need to do and things that are done. And in this platform, especially Asana, you can assign tasks to people and work on projects. Trello is also another platform that I really make use of to get people to brainstorm ideas and be able to talk to people about their ideas. It's important when it comes to creating events or planning things in general. You can do these things in that Trello board. I have a lot of experience in databases. One of my key qualities, I love information, I love data, and I love grouping data and tidying data and making use of data. I'm also really good at prototyping and designing. And one of the things is functional, making things functional, making things that agree with the client. I'm a programmer, and so I really love to program, to code. So thank you for your attention. Do you have any?
Thank you for your presentation. The questions will be after everyone. Okay. We'll move to the last IT coordinator candidate, Sadiq Ramon.
Okay. Hello.
Hi, we can see everything clear.
Okay, can you see my presentation? Can you see my presentation?
Yes, we can.
You can see? Okay. So can I continue?
Yeah, sure, you can start.
Okay. Do I need camera? No. Okay. So I can.
We can see you in the presentation.
Okay. So my name is Sadiq Ramon. I'm candidate for IT coordinator. So like information about me, I'll say I'm a first year master student of technical engineering student. I'm extremely hardworking and loyal and committed person who is responsible for maintaining high quality standard. Today I'll be making presentation about information technology and also talk about what I can do as an IT coordinator and my vision for the position as well. So first of all, we talk about what is information technology. Information technology is referred to anything that is related to computing technology or computer. Also, the information involve installing, organizing, and maintaining computer system. You can also say it involves in design and operating base and network as well. So as an IT coordinator person, is responsible for filling internal and help request and monitoring computer performance for potential problems. So those are the responsibility for as an IT coordinator. So go on my experience regarding IT, that is information technology. I work in Olsztyn, that is in Poland, for 2 years as an IT technical assistant, and also I work as an IT technical support for 3 years in Poland. And my country where I'm from Nigeria. So I also work as a delegate, and those are my responsibility, which includes troubleshooting and repairing of computer, also assisting computer equipment and software, and also I prepare and manage computer user accounts for various applications. Also analyze, install, and configure and repair computer system software as well. Also solving networking problems, which involve in hardware and software and communication issues. So those are my few basic experience working as an IT support specialist. Also, I had experience working with the VGTU. That was last year, so I was working. I have a volunteer during the orientation week. I volunteer to help other students and help to coordinate the orientation week. And in the design of most of the posts, like the pictures which the ESN board are using, using in the social media, so also designing and organizing the post and pictures of it. So I would say my transferable skills and strengths. Firstly, I would say I have a good memory. I can remember a lot of things, information, and keep it for a long period of time. Also, I'm a trustworthy person. I have the motivation and interpersonal skills to get people to believe in the benefit of strong quality assurance standard. I also possess a very good teamwork. Also, I'm dedicated to everything I'm doing, always dedicated and make sure I get things assigned to me. And also, I'm a determination person. I'm always determined and I don't let anything stop me from doing anything I'm passionate about. And also, I possess a critical thinking and giving quick answer to every problem I encounter. And finally, I'm able to utilize solutions to technical problems relating to anything related to IT and the future IT coordinator. So what can I do as an IT coordinator? Firstly, as an IT coordinator, I can always make sure computer with the ESN organization work properly and the server and the service they need to all students and the ESN. Also, I can troubleshoot problem related to computer issue and find solution to it and offer so we are able to restore app in the computer system even online and the server from working as well, and also offer many more to students and the ESN team as well. Also, my vision for the position, firstly to consistently demonstrate sound ethic and judgment, also to apply sound judgment to solve problems, make effective decisions and act with integrity. Also to process and apply both verbal and writing skills appropriate to the position which I'll be assigned to if it can be, and also to accurately maintain proper documentation and electronic files. Also, finally, to maintain the confidential information and also to maintain the confidential of information and professional boundaries. Okay, so that's a few I have for everyone.
Okay, thank you. So now we have 3 candidates and we have 10 minutes for questions to all of the candidates, for all 3 of them. So IT coordinator, okay. Okay, the first one is Kastuta.
Okay, I have a question for Sophia. Where is that, Sophia? Okay, so as you said, you are not that great with emotions, and like as I could already see in the presentation, you were like very emotional, stressing a lot and everything, but I understand it's normal because you are presenting and you are going for a very important position. But how would deal with it when the problem comes, for example, doing some kind of IT works or something like in a position something is wrong, or with board members? How would you deal with your problems with emotions?
The thing is, emotions don't control me when I'm working on a project. It mostly has to do with my interactions with people. That's what I meant by emotional. But for projects, I am like in the zone. I can focus and like I said, I'm a perfectionist. And if I can't be in the zone, then what of a perfectionist, you know?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Next is, I think, Raul with us.
So my question is for Sophia. So I saw your website, and I'm just curious, what did you use, as in what language, or platform, and so on?
Okay, so I did it all from scratch. I didn't use any hints. I like practicing from hand. Obviously, it's made with HTML and CSS. I also made use of JavaScript and PHP to create the form and database. And I also did all the styling by myself. And so it's very simple. It just makes use of HTML, CSS, styling, and images for, the content.
Okay.
Is that actually Yeah. All right, thank you. Then we have Adela.
Okay, the question was for Sodiq. You mentioned that you could repair the computer hardware of ESN, organization. But the thing is, we don't actually have it, just our own personal computers. So will you fix our personal belongings? I didn't quite get that point.
Can you address the person?
Sodiq.
Sodiq.
Sorry, come again with your question.
Okay, so in your presentation, you
Yes.
stated that you are capable of repairing the hardware of the computers of the entire ESN organization. But you forgot to mention that we don't actually own any computers in the ESN. It's just our own personal belongings.
Actually, the parent computer is categorized in so many ways. Not only by when your computer is not working, be able to repair. No, there are different aspects I can work out. For example, there was a time we were having what's it called, the orientation week. So they were having problem like sending emails. So I tried to help them, like the vice president, that is Danielo. So I tried to help him the issue with the email sending, and also he has a good outcome of it, and was very happy with the help I offered to him. Like, did I give answer to the question?
Yeah, you answered the question, but I think you should have just updated your presentation and just omitted that.
Everything's on my CV. So if you can check my CV, it's already been listed what I can do. So since it says 7 minutes, so I just quickly make it short quickly.
Okay.
It won't take a lot of time, but most of my experience is on my CV, so you can check and see.
Because I was misguided, I just saw the presentation. I was like, yeah, but we don't actually have any computers, and how? Yeah. Okay. Anyways, thanks.
It supports like IT special coordinator, so you should be responsible to look after computer. For example, there might be some students like ESN student or Erasmus student. Because last semester I had experience like that. There were like few students asking how to connect to the model system of the ESN model system of the students websites. So I just try to help them out and tell them what to do. So it's
all right. Thank you. Then I have a question. I have a remark actually to Dimitri and Sadiq. As you know, IT coordinators must be up to date for 7.
Exactly.
My question is why you don't use the new branding that we have already, because the ones that you showed, it's 1 year old at least.
Sorry, you said what?
The branding that you used at the beginning, the website, the slides are very old. They're at least 1 year old. It's a different branding right now. So that's remark question, but I don't know if you can answer to. But anyway, okay, we can move next is Gvidas. I'm sorry, Lina.
So my question is, for all the candidates, if you will have, for example, the ESN VGTU application, will you be able to develop it? Will you be able to create, or no, even without the base, will you be able to create the application for ESN VGTU? For example, where we can post our events, some news, etc. That's my question.
Well, okay, I guess I'll answer first. So if it's just plain like make an app or for ESN, well, I can't really do it. But if you got all the requirements, the information we need, when of course I will do my best to implement.
Okay.
Okay, I will answer next. So for me, if I put my mind to anything, I believe I can do it. And when it comes to creating a system, I've already shown that I have the potential and the resources to do it. And I will.
Okay. I have experience with the WordPress, so I can make Google's search engine. So there's a lot of websites which I can give to the board and suggest to post about activities going on, and gonna have more people to participate in what we're doing. So basically, I can make the search engine. Also, I can also build a website and design different type of online article as well. So I can build it, I can post it to Google, and also make some other research as well. So those are my specialties, which I just didn't mention in my presentation. But obviously, everything's already been listed in my CV. So I guess.
All right, thank you. And we have a question from Gvidas.
So yeah, my question was kind of similar to Lina's, but I guess I'll make it a bit more wider. So the thing is that the VGTU system or the application or whatever the website is connected to the whole ESN Lithuania. Would you be willing to do like the whole application from base, or would you try to contribute, or whatever the word is, ESN Lithuania? And how would you do it? I mean,
sorry, can you come again with your question?
The sound is not really for quite quality. It's really hard to understand sometimes. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm IT coordinator, so I made it on purpose. So my question would be basically, the whole system of VGTU is connected to ESN Lithuania app, and we have a website and so on, but we're very dependent on the whole like Lithuania system. Did you guys heard that part? Okay, so that's clear. And my question would be, so if there was like an app that you would like to, that Lina mentioned, would you do it from the base as she mentioned, or would you try to connect it to the other sections, as in communicate the whole ESN Lithuania?
For me, I think what I would do is use a blended strategy. Oops. That would mean that I would make use of the resources that we already have, and I would also try to create a platform that is easier to access and makes the system much more functional. If, for example, I find difficulties in the Lithuanian dependency system, then I would have to obviously create my own function that would make it easier or make it convenient for our section, because our section is more important to us. Does that answer your question?
Kinda not.
Okay.
But I'll take it. For now, yeah, I'll take it. Thanks.
Okay, so oh, you want to answer, Sadiq, or? Okay, then I would take the existing base, try to continue the development, as I understood the question this way, because I know I'm not the best programmer and there's still a lot to improve, so it would be risky to write everything from scratch. So yeah, I would just take the existing base and try to improve it.
Okay. You finished?
Yeah.
Okay. So for me, as a IT, so I'm responsible for anything related to the IT, like the information technology. So I'm related to anything regarding that. Me, I'll try to start from the basic to understand the process of the resources the board already had. Then I'll try to implement on my experience based on programming and editing of details. So try to implement and improve in the aspect that are working and try to help as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Time is out, and thank you, the candidates. And we're moving to the list candidate for sports and well-being coordinator, Utku Khan Karadenis.
Yeah, can you hear me?
We can hear you, cannot see you.
Wait, I have no idea what is wrong, but I turned on my camera, but it's not really working. So, okay. So, can you see the presentation?
No.
What's wrong? Wait a minute, sorry about it. But I'm sharing the screen, yeah? You can see my screen, but can't you see the presentation, or?
No, we cannot see anything.
Okay, wait a second.
maybe didn't give up permission on the browser.
Yeah, I was about to ask the same question about the permission. Does that allow?
No. I give all the permissions, like the yes, I checked everything, and it shows for me that I'm the screen actually.
Well, try stopping sharing and sharing again.
There is no option for it now. Like I cannot even stop sharing it. Maybe I will try to reconnect again. I'm really sorry.
Just try to go out and come
Yeah, that's what I will do.
and then do it.
Perhaps he's having issues with the internet.
No, he's trying to reconnect. He just asked to send the link again.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Are you able to see me?
No. Are you on Chrome?
No, I am on the computer.
No, I mean on computer, on Chrome.
What?
Google. Are you on how it's called?
Browser.
Google Chrome browser.
Are you using Chrome?
Chrome, yeah, I'm using the Chrome.
Okay, go to the top left, and where
Yeah.
you type in the name of the website, on the right, there is like a camera sign.
Yeah, and I just like to give the permission to use the microphone and camera. I already checked it. Also the holy fuck.
Time to show your skills.
Okay, wait. Maybe I will just use my flatmate computer. I'm coming in.
Okay.
Sorry again.
You could have just improvised. Oh well.
Okay, until then, I'll just explain one more time. You will be able to register, so I believe all of you registered. If you haven't, right here, so you can register, vote, publish after all the presentations. And I'll ask it now because we still have time. So there was a suggestion from the current board to have 10 minutes for questions to everyone. That means we add to our agenda 10 more minutes. The people who wanted to ask our candidates could ask more questions, because as I saw, there are more questions for some positions, and they were not able to. Once again, I'll write the question.
Danielo, can you type even faster and harder?
Okay, so here's the question. Do you agree to make 10 more minutes for the questions for all the candidates? Yes, no, abstain, and I'll ask Maria also to count it to see. Okay, so most of you voted yes. So, okay, after Utku, when he presents, we'll have 3 minutes for questions to Utku. And then we'll have extra 10 minutes for questions to everyone. But please, first, write your name and write to whom you want to ask a question, okay? So once again, write your name and write to whom do you want to ask a question, and we'll have extra 10 minutes after Utku's presentation. And let's hope he comes back soon now. And about the voting, it will be sent. Wait, I didn't tell that, right? After the voting, after the presentation, sorry, and questions, you'll have 15 minutes to vote. So far, we have 36 participants registered. So 36 people will be able to vote for the candidates. That means we cannot receive more than 36.
Daniel, that
Yes?
guy who ran just replied me that he had some important stuff to do and he was not on time to come back home, and like now he disappeared again after I asked if he's...
Okay, got it. Maybe a person was not that interested after all.
Yeah.
And anyway, just to make sure, it's not the only elections for the board for the next semester. If we elect a new board right now and they decide they need more people in their board, so they will be able to do a new elections, because there might be even new people who would like to apply. So I hope the new board will agree to organize one more elections, maybe in August or September. And now we can continue with Utku.
Okay, guys, I'm not sure. Do you hear me?
Yes, you can hear and see you.
And like, I think that you are seeing 3 pages on the slides right now. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really sorry about that, but like I couldn't find another option. So, well, I am the sports and well-being coordinator candidate, and here is the agenda. It's like I will start with like about like my ESN career, why sports and well-being coordinator, plans, why me, my ESN vision, and my goals. Who am I? I born on 31st of May 1995. I'm from I born in Izmir, Turkey, so I'm Turkish. I was studying in Yaşar University. It was also and now I'm studying in VGTU. Okay, my ESN career. I have more than 6 years membership in ESN. I have been 4.5 year mentor. I was vice president for 1 semester. I was in the event committee for 5 years, 4 years in my old committee, old section, and then 1 in VGTU. I was 2 years in making the or the ESN Yaşar board, and almost 1 year I was sports and well-being coordinator. So well-being coordinator, because I was organizing the 3 years sports events. The last year it was the last semester it was a bit hard because of the corona. It was planned some tournaments, but we couldn't go through them. To be more active in ESN VGTU and ESN Lithuania, in VGTU, I would like to be the sports and well-being coordinator again. And for the ESN Lithuania, I'm thinking the position national coordinator, health and well-being coordinator. To make real my last year plans, sports be part of my life every time. I have been OC once in a responsible party, and I had the training last February also. Tournaments with or without universities in Vilnius, Archtag, Zorpol, karting, hiking, jogging, wall climbing, Erasmus Olympics, like the games, but it's more for football, volleyball, basketball, but this Olympics is gonna be in athletic part. Discussion groups and workshops the 30 days challenge and cook with ESN VGTU. So why me? I have 6 years, more than 6 years experience in ESN. I have 1 year experience, almost 1 year experience in sports and well-being position. I am friendly. I am good I am responsible. I have team spirit and work. I am objective. So why not me? Here's my ESN vision. learning from each increase knowledge transfer. So we have so many things to learn from each other. The more improved ESN, the more improved ESN VGTU, and working and accomplishing together. My goals: more visible ESN VGTU, serving the best for Erasmus and full-time students, accomplish to complete my plans, and to have more fun. Yeah, for more united and innovative ESN VGTU, vote for me. And that's all. Hello. Do you hear
All right,
me?
thank you very much.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we have 5 minutes almost for Utku to ask questions. Write your name if you have a question. Okay, I guess I'm the only one so far. So I have a question.
Yeah.
So you're almost 1 year in ESN.
Yeah.
So my question is, what were your achievements during this year for ESN, and what were your drawbacks? What you didn't do well?
Well, like for my achievement in ESN, I think more about like well-being and like how to implement it actually, like because I was talking with Chernos a lot, our current like the health and well-being coordinator, and yeah, this is the like for me the achievement, because like the first like when I was going, like the sport part was okay, understandable, but well-being part it was, so it makes more clear in my mind, and I had more ideas to implement, like how to increase people like the well-being as well. Like I couldn't achieve like like I had too much plans like to do so many ideas, but like for me, like the first semester after elected in the middle of the semester, like it was hard to like directly to create the events and things, and the second semester really hard to organize these things because of the corona, like all the activities that I was planning, it was you need to be physically in there actually. So when the corona started, like we weren't able to meet physically after that, so everything is gone because of it.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any more questions, guys? Okay, no more questions. Great. All right, so congratulations to everyone for surviving all the presentations. Finally, that was the last candidate to the new board. And right now, as we agreed, we'll have 10 more extra. You guys mostly accepted. They have 10 more minutes for questions for the candidates. So once again, write your name and write to whom do you want to ask, who do you want to ask a question. And we have 10 minutes for that. Okay, so we have Maria, who wants to ask Adana.
Okay, hello again. Hi, Adana. Yeah, so now's the time I can ask the questions I prepared. So imagine like if the problem appears, any kind of problem, and all board members will all have totally different opinions. How you gonna solve it? Like what idea you can?
All board members have totally different opinions.
Yeah.
Well, depends on the kind of problem. If it's very serious, maybe we could look for guidance from the IRO. And since they're the more qualified professionals, then naturally we would follow their advice. And well, each and every person, of course, has a different opinion. Okay, IRO help is not necessary, but the same kind of scenario, yeah? Well, then some of the arguments, for example, why each opinion of each board member is more valid than that of the other. And the person who has better arguments, then, well, his opinion is more valid.
Yeah, great. And like one more question, what do you think, like, is it important to listen and respect their opinions in such position as vice president, or you have to be a bit like dictator, for example, since you have to all like section almost and like make people listen to you?
Well, in my motivation letter, I mentioned that it's important to listen to each and every person because you never know, maybe they have some original ideas which you could never think of by yourself. And that is why, your leadership style, for example, because you are very open to my own ideas as a member of the committee, and we got to realize some of them. And it's very you cannot think of everything by yourself, for example. Each and every person has their own unique perspective on things, right? And by listening out those people, you can accomplish more.
And the last one, actually, Monica wanted to ask it, but her microphone doesn't work. So you mentioned that you're planning to go on Erasmus, right? Like next year. So do you think it won't be a problem, still to run your position well and all the responsibilities?
Okay, so here the topic, because I'm going to offer you two scenarios of how I'm going to do things. So in the first scenario, Germany cancels the exchange program altogether, because what is happening right now is we have submitted our applications and we still haven't received any kind of response from the university. And I contacted my faculty coordinator, and she mentioned that because of the coronavirus pandemic, it is still unclear whether the exchange program in Germany is going to be conducted. So after all, I might have to stay in Lithuania and not go abroad. The second kind of scenario is, hooray for me, I get to go, yeah? This is most of, their autumn semester begins in October. So I could be with the ESN working on my role as vice president for 3 months, July, August, and September. And during those 3 months, I could accomplish a lot of things. And Danielis offered me his guidance and his advice, since he also went on his Erasmus in the position of vice president. So I'm still going to be present for those, and I have time to prepare, and I have time to settle into my work duties and do my work well.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm done.
Okay, so it's your turn.
Yeah, I have a question for Adana. So yeah, I know that you're gonna go on Erasmus, and you said you're gonna go in October. That means that the semester ends a bit late, and then you might be late to start the second semester. And before second semester, you have to do members trainings. How would you do members trainings if you're still on Erasmus?
Okay, I'm gonna be back in the middle of January, so we still have time to prepare for that. So it's not an issue. Before, I might not go after all, and at this point it's still unclear. But to answer your question, if I were to go, I will be back on time, and it's not going to be an issue. So I will be present in the country.
Okay, and do you have any real ideas about maybe what you want to change about members training and implement more?
Okay, so since Danielis mentioned that we will be working together, because the vice president and the mentors, coordinators for those kind of events, I actually have some fun ideas, because previously, most of our members' trainings were in one specific location. So let's say we would rent a lodge and conduct the trainings there. I had an idea for a road trip. So instead of renting a lodge by a lake or something, we would rent a bus and do those ice breaking and team building exercises on the way to the location, where we would, for example, go or do some other fun tasks. That's my main idea, and why not bring this show on the road?
Okay, thank you.
All right, and what has question to Faisal?
Yeah. So okay, let's imagine this totally hypothetical situation. So there is an event, and the place where the event is supposed to be calls to you, and you find out that the place is booked. Somehow they did not reserve a place for you. The event is the same day. What do you do?
So you're saying it was booked?
Well, I mean, you reserved a place to have a party there for hundreds of Erasmus students, and the day of the event is there, but the company says, "Oh, we forgot to reserve it for you. Something else is happening there."
Perhaps if there's no other places available to reserve in the same day, they seem kind of impossible. Then I think we actually have to cancel the event rather than wasting people's time. there's nothing really we could do. They all came on that specific day for that specific event, and if it's not available, then I think we actually have to cancel. Otherwise, it would be unfair to the people.
Okay, but like, what would you say to the company because it was their fault? How would you approach it with them?
I would actually see it as something very unprofessional. Something they should. I would give them feedback and probably report it. There are these two sites which I used to report companies. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, moving next, we have only 2 minutes left, so let's try to be fast because late. Okay, so next is Ashwin to Mohammed, Communications Manager.
I guess you there, but
Oh,
okay.
I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. KK to 5
No, you can ask Ashwin. I'm out.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I do not have time earlier to ask Mohammed. So to Mohammed, what I wanted to ask is, it's a follow-up to my earlier question. It was, you said that you will do it yourself, but later you also mentioned that you don't have much experience in Photoshop. And if your media manager, in this case, maybe Subransu, if he's elected, if he is busy and for some reason your committee cannot do it, so would that mean that you will learn Photoshop before you start your mandate so that you can do it yourself?
Mohammed, is he here? I think he's not here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he's not here. All right, KK, you don't have question anymore, yes?
Nope.
Okay. So yeah, time is almost over, so I guess we can finish with our questions. And right now is the most exciting and stressing part. So our IT coordinator Gvidas already sent you to your emails, which you registered with, the participation form, the voting form. And you have 15 minutes from now to vote. If you did not receive the link, please contact Gvidas or write here in the chat, and Gvidas will try to send you. And once again, not even try to cheat, because we will see how many people voted and how many people registered. So if you cheat, we'll just ask you to redo it again with your names, so it won't be us anymore. So starting now, yes, Gvidas sent it already, 15 minutes, and I'll be right back. And then Kestuta will say the results with Gvidas. See you in 10 minutes.
Group.
All right, guys. I think most of you voted already. So now we'll need 5, max 10 minutes to count the votes. Oh, do you need still more 10 more seconds? You're joking, of course. So yeah, as I told, we need 5, maybe 10 minutes to write down the results, and our president will announce the results in the order as it was today. So just wait 5 more minutes, get a drink, and we will say the results. Yeah, I wish we could turn on the music here, but we can't. I don't know the results. I mean, only the scrutinizer knows. So don't be sad if you're not elected, especially for the IT people, because you are free. So imagine how hard is it to choose one person out of 3 people. So just try it out next time. And I believe maybe the new board will do new elections for the positions which will be not elected maybe. So just, yeah, we have a few of the previous board who was not elected as a one position, and after 1 month applied again, and they were elected a position. So sometimes it's also not, maybe it's not your position if you're not elected, maybe, but never stop trying.
Daniela, can I make a short announcement to make people like not nervous and just chill?
Sure,
like
sure.
everyone. So like we are back in power still. We have 1 month left for yes, and
Yeah,
like this semester was like kind of stolen from us, and like yeah, now we still try to do at least something that can. And so on June of 6th, there will be Uno Park event. Event gonna be posted today, I think so, or tomorrow, the latest, and then a week after, on June 14, kayaking. So also registration is still going on. Find the link in the event on Facebook. And a week after, on June 2021st, we want to organize a small camping with tents, and maybe even, I mean, if like restrictions won't exist anymore, now if we will be still like able to make something bigger, that means, for example, inviting DJ or something, and make kind of like small farewell party, since around 50 people are requesting this. Yeah, we can make it, I believe so. So we will make our last step, like yeah, changing boards, and yeah. So June is gonna be a bit more funnier. Let's hope it won't snow anymore. So okay, thanks.
Some other good news that I have, I forgot to mention completely. As we are doing it, unfortunately, we cannot give you some VGTU merch that we have, ESN VGTU merch. But instead of VGTU merch, we have another prize for people who will be elected. So we have vault coupons for people who will be elected. So yes, I'll just need your emails. I mean, I have your emails on the registration form when you applied for the position. Want to change your email to the other email, just write me and I'll send you the rewards if you get elected.
So yeah, so you will be finally able to eat in the past 2 or 3 months. Congratulations!
Yeah. I hope you know what vault is. It's who doesn't know? Food delivery, yeah. Okay, we're still waiting for the results, I guess. Are you receiving results, KK?
Still receiving, still waiting. Patience.
5 minutes.
Patience.
5 minutes.
Sure.
I'm getting paid and stuff, so just I'm waiting for the transaction.
I feel it's like Eurovision voting or something. Yeah, we have to sing
12
Yeah,
points.
Who is winning?
Lithuania is winning.
Yeah, we're supposed to. This year. Oh, and also thank you for the viewers for watching us on YouTube. I think there are 2 people. So thanks for watching for our election. And we hope you will like our new board and cooperate with them. Anyone from ESN Lithuania watching us?
I hope not.
Will you show the percent? We will tell how many votes each person got.
This will stop playing games.
Blackjack. Oh, that's
Okay, that's too loud.
I mean, good.
It's this kind of song one for the service. It's like, please wait 1 minute.
Yeah, and they're like, after tune, you will be able to talk with the president or whatever.
Yeah, and they're like, please wait 1 minute, and then you wait for 15.
All staff are currently unavailable. Can we call you back in 15 minutes? If not, please hold the line.
Why are you a penguin?
Why am I what?
A penguin.
Why not? Penguins are awesome. They're basically the suits of animals.
Okay.
Okay. Do we still need music or?
Okay.
I've got 10 hours of this. I'm good. Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, I think someone needs to talk because otherwise it gets too loud then.
Okay, I have the results. Amen. Jesus Christ.
I had to do it. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
We have our results.
Yes, I do have results, and I'm happy. And yeah. Okay. So are you ready to hear the votes?
Yes.
Yes.
12 points from Israel goes to Lithuania.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so for social projects manager, which was Agne Kvietkauskaite, she got 30 votes and 2 for none of the above.
So in conclusion, Agni is a new social projects manager. Applause, applause. Yay, yay.
Congrats, Agnes. Social committee won't die. Yay!
Woo! Okay. Then we have finance and marketing manager, Gabija Katkauskaitė. She got 32 votes and 0 points, none of the above. So she is
Wow.
our new finance and marketing manager.
Yay!
That's a record, guys, by the way.
That's 100%?
Yes, that's a record.
Yes. Okay. Then we have communications manager, Mohamed. He got 23 votes and none of the above. So in conclusion, he is our new communications manager. I like the claps. Jesus. Okay. Guoste, which wanted to be mentors manager, can be mentors manager because she got 29 votes and 3 none of the above. Then we have Subransu. He wanted to be to go for media manager, and he got 25 votes and 7 none of the above. So he is media manager. Then we have Faisal, and he got 14 votes and was none of the above. So unfortunately, Faisal is not elected, but you can go for another tour in the second elections.
That was close. Still applause.
Still applause, yes. Still congratulations. Then we have Adena for vice president. She got 21 votes and 11 none of the above. So she is elected as vice president. Then we have president, and Lina got 31 votes and only 1 none of the above. So she is our new president.
Yay!
Yay! Congratulations, Lina. Then we have 3 candidates for IT coordinator: Dimitri, Sofia, and Sadiq. Dimitri got 9, Sofia got 19, and Sadiq got 4. So the winner is Sofia, and congratulations. And then we have the last but not the worst is so it's Utko. And
Not the worst.
Sports and well-being, yes, that one. He got 30 votes and none of the above. So he is our new sports and well-being coordinator. Yay! So
Congrats, everyone.
Yeah, congratulations, everyone. I hope you won't be sad, and you will be happy because you tried. And sometimes life is giving you not some kind of happy. Okay, so in conclusion, I like you all, and I need vacations because I'm not speaking English anymore properly.
Anyone want to pick up?
All right. Congrats, everyone. And people who are not elected, still congratulations. Votes. And positions that were not elected are still events, and we still have partnership committee. Nobody applied for partnership, so it depends on the new board. But I really hope the new board will organize a new board elections, I guess in August. Till the 1st of July, the old board is still working, and as Maria mentioned, we still have 3 more events at least. Maybe we'll.
Something else, you know.
So register for those events if you see it on Facebook. And for the people who were elected, congratulations once again. And I'll send you the prizes. Write me if I forget to send you. And I wish we could went to hang out somewhere after
We can
this.
go for a drink tonight.
You can still go. Maria is organizer, as I can see. So thanks for being here. Thanks for voting. And yes, if you have any more comments, just say. And we're finishing it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Congrats.
All right. Thanks, guys. See you.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Everything is shattered.